Let me start by saying this event is put together as a partnership between Global Rights, Women's Rights Advancement and Protection Alternative Wrapper, the Isawale Empowerment Initiative, the Kuka Center, and of course the host of the event itself, which is the Community Dialogue Committee of NACINTA. And this event is supported by the UK FCDO, which is the UK government's arm for development. I bring you warm greetings on behalf of the Executive Director of Global Rights, Ms. Abiodun Bayero, who would have been here in person, but some assignments have taken her out of the country at this time. So I bring you warm greetings from her, and she has sent me her remarks, her welcome remarks to present and to let all of you know that she's here with us, even though she will join us online at some point. So distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by saying a peaceful society is one where every voice is heard, every barrier is broken, and no one is left behind. Sustainable peace-building efforts must embrace the strength, the wisdom, and resilience of everyone, including women, youth, the elderly, and persons with disabilities. Peace building is only truly effective when it includes everyone. Today, we gather with a shared purpose to forge stronger, more inclusive pathways for women's participation in peace and security in Northwest Nigeria, where communities have long faced the challenges of conflict and instability. The role of women in shaping solutions can therefore not be overlooked. Women are not just victims of insecurity, they are resilient leaders, mediators, and agents of peace. Yet, their voices remain underrepresented in decision-making spaces, where policies and interventions that shape their lives are designed. It is time to change the narrative, not through isolated efforts, but through deliberate collective action. Collaboration is our greatest strength. When governments, civil society organizations, security agencies, and local communities work together, we unlock opportunities for women to lead, influence policies, and drive sustainable peace initiatives. By strengthening networks, creating safe spaces for dialogue, and institutionalizing gender-sensitive policies, we build a framework that ensures women are not just included, but empowered. From community-based peace structures to high-level security dialogues, every effort must reflect the unique contribution, perspectives, and leadership of women in conflict resolution and peace building. Together, we can reshape the future of Northwest Nigeria, one where women are recognized as architects of peace and security. This is not just a call for inclusion, it is a call for transformation. When we collaborate, we create a lasting impact. We must remember that building inclusive communities is not just about morals, it is a necessity for sustainable peace. Finally, let this town hall, which is so themed, building collaborative pathways for women's inclusion in peace and security, be a platform where we commit, act, and champion a future where peace is not just an aspiration, but a reality, built on the foundations of inclusion, equity, and shared responsibility. Thank you very much. Those are the words of the Executive Director of Global Rights. As part of setting the scene, let me just introduce us a little to the project. But if you look at the back of the agenda, you will see details about the project there, so I will not be stressing so much. But just to say, it was an intervention that was launched in February 2023 when we saw the need to begin to work towards reversing the trend, as we have seen in the Northwest in recent times. The Northwest used to be the most peaceful region in Nigeria over the years. But in recent times, that has begun to change. Northwest has now taken the top in the chart of most unsafe region in Nigeria. And it's changing this trend that made us conceive this project, which is all built around letting the community take ownership of local security by them working closely with the law enforcement agencies in their communities to ensure we build the community resilience against insecurity and extreme violence. And that is what the project is about. And in achieving that, we have recognized a gap, which is the low level of women inclusion in insecurity or resolving insecurity in the region. As we said, every crisis begins with an early warning. And we know that those early warnings are easily spotted by the women themselves, because the early warning, they are all over the place, on the streets, in the marketplaces, everywhere. There are things that shows that something is about to happen. And our women are the ones that pick it first, even before the men. And that is why the project is still pushing for women inclusion in the peace building process, so we can harness all potentials in resolving this conflict. And so in Katsina, the project is being piloted in the grassroots with the Nasita community, but then it is a statewide intervention, and we are hoping that as we begin to expand, we'll be able to expand to other communities as well. And of course, hoping that the state government will be able to see just some of the lessons we have learned from the project and be able to replicate the same in other communities that we may not be able to reach. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the essence of the project, which is promoting women inclusion in peace building process and building community resilience against insecurity. The project is currently being run in 4 northwestern states, Katsina, Kano, Kaduna, and Sokoto states. But we are hoping in the next phase, where we'll be expanding, we'll be able to expand to other parts of the country as well. So ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier on, today's town hall meeting is put together or hosted. Our chief host for the town hall meeting, of course, is the Community Dialogue Committee of NASINTA, but the program is put together by Global Rights, RAPA, Kuka Center, Isawale Empowerment Initiative, and of course, the CDC NASINTA. And so we, at this point, want to welcome the state coordinator of the Women's Rights Advancement and Protection Alternative, RAPA, Haja Adama Bakori, as she gives the welcome remarks. Please, let's welcome Haja Adama.
So I want to start on already established protocols. So Assalamu alaikum. So good morning, everyone. I'm going to read my welcome address. So on behalf of RAPA, management and board, ably chaired by Justice Fatilami Abubakar, the former First Lady, I welcome you to this town hall. This town hall meeting is a forum for us to engage in meaningful discussions, share best practices, and explore innovative solutions for peace and security. I encourage you to actively participate, share your expertise, and ask questions for the attainment of the objectives. Your contribution will enrich our discussions and ensure our collective efforts to provide women's inclusion in peace and security. I would like to acknowledge the tireless efforts of women as peace builders, activists, and leaders who have paved the way for our discussions today. Let me use this medium to thank Global Rights for choosing RAPA to partner on this event. This has also underscores the importance of synergy and collaboration amongst CSOs and other key stakeholders in achieving our shared goals and objectives. Thank you once again. You are most welcome to this event. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That has been the welcome address by the RAPA chairperson, Hajia Adama Bakori. There is something, the remarks by the program officer of Global Rights. He says women should not be just inclusive, but we should be collaborated in all the peace processing happening along the globe. So now we are going to go for the goodwill messages. First of all, we are going to invite the SSA on banditry and IDP in person of Alhaji Saidu Ibrahim Denja. Sir, you are welcome.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the leader of the day of judgment, He alone we worship, and from Him alone we ask for help. The country representative of the UK Aid Global Rights, Dr. Edosa, the team of the Global Rights Kuka Foundation, Isawali Empowerment Initiatives, the leader of the state and the national of the RAPA, the representative of the state government here present, the district head or the chief representative of the traditional rulers here present, the leaders and chairpersons of the CSOs here present, the journalists, press, PR, security agents here present, Assalamu alaikum. May I use this occasion to thank the Global Rights, who are the champion of this meeting, of this town hall meeting. It's wonderful, of course, because it's building a collaborative pathway for women's inclusion in peace and security. There's no doubt that Katsina State is one of the states that require all this meeting. Thank you very much for that. And let me appreciate the organizers. The leadership of Marlon Diko Umar, the governor of Katsina State, PhD, CON, has made several public announcements with regards to voices of those that are cheated are heard. I could remember when he was giving me this appointment, he mentioned a point whereby he mentioned that make sure that the voices of the victims of banditry and IDPs are really heard. Include and be sure that women are included, not only included as mentioned by one of the presenters, that they should be collaborated. So it's not something that the governor did not mention, and we are working towards that direction. You could remember that in our efforts, he created the Ministry of Internal Security and Home Affairs, and he created this office, particularly to take care of this approach or initiatives so that we can build a resilient and happy society where no man is oppressed. When I say no man is oppressed, including women. Ladies and gentlemen here present, this project, as mentioned by Dr. Edeosa, and the one that he has represented the country, the aims to achieve better inclusion of women in peace building efforts and the civic spheres, and to build community resilience against insecurity and violent extremism. Yes, but make sure that building a resilient society cannot be achieved without taking care of the victims, without taking care of those that are affected, with those that are taking care of those that have been infringed or those that have suffered a lot. Who are those that suffered a lot? Go to any place where these victims or this banditry has taken place. You will find out the number of women. When I say women, include the children, girls, small infants, call them F, that is female. You will find the number are much more higher than the M, that is the male. What do? Is to take care of those that have been affected by this banditry, more especially in our settlements, hamlets, and villages. I could remember when the fight started, or this government came in, we discovered that we had a sort of random sampling of those that have been destabilized or displaced. We discovered that we have over 278,000 internally displaced persons. By that time, we have about 30,000 out of school children. So what do? This government came in with several interventions, initiatives, so that this can be reduced. And thank God, now it has been brought to the minimal. I didn't say that as an acceptable portion of the challenges. No, the fight continues. And we want, as a resilient society, we want a peace building. Peace building in the proper and accepted method only. Accepted by all, accepted by the community. That's the process that we are in. Don't forget, when this started, Katsina State has recorded a minimal hardest farmers clash this year in 2024, which of course I am very proud of that, and part of the security initiative. I have to thank the security agents in that direction. The security agents, one thing in Katsina State, there is a proper collaboration between all the security strata, all the security agents. So the synergy continues, and thank you very much for that. Finally, I really appreciate those that sponsored this, and this should not be the final of it. Let's bring something that we can forge ahead. We can make some initiatives. The CSOs are here. Please, don't take this one to be just the beginning and the end of it. No, this is the beginning of the process. Please arrange to make some interventions, some noises, some achievements that can make the Katsina State forward under the Northwest Nigeria. Thank you very much, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That has been the goodwill remarks by the SSA on Bactri and IDPs in person of Saidu Ibrahim Denja. Sir, we want to see more inclusion of women in peace-building processes in Katsina State. Next on our list is Haji Aisha Ahmed. You are going to come and give us a goodwill remarks on behalf of all the CSOs in Katsina State.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this very, very important and at the right time, I will say, to Katsina State. Thank you, Global Rights. Thank you, Office of the Internal Security, that have taken time to be present at this place. Our colleagues, civil society organizations. I will not say I'm taken unaware to have to present something this morning because Global Rights gave us a special invitation by coming to our office to recognize the little we are doing in Katsina State, most especially in the areas of insecurity. Alhamdulillah, Murna Foundation had, for the few years back, participated and worked towards seeing that peace is restored in Katsina State. And the areas we've been able to work on is we've been able to work in 4 local government areas of Katsina State, which includes GBA local government area, Funtua local government area, Dusama local government area, and Musa local government areas. The activities we conducted are numerous, which includes issues of community dialogue, women empowerment, both women and youth empowerment. The organization focuses more on issues that relate to women and children. We are grateful to the Global Community Engagement and Resilience Fund that funded the activities since 2020 to date. We just completed the project a few months back. Murna Foundation was able to develop the Youth Peace and Security document for Ministry of Youth and in Katsina State. We serve as the consultants on that aspect. It has been able to participate and work with United Nations Development Program in GBA local government and Ilela local government of Katsina State and Sokoto State on the issues of climate peace hub. What these are translating into is we try to empower a lot of youth and women to see how far, because most of the causes of insecurity has roots to unemployment, idleness. Our youth have graduated, some of them for the past, God knows when. A youth of 50 years old is still roaming about with no job. Some of them have PhD degrees, but we have been calling on our youth to try to get skills. As the former Minister for Communication has said it, that skills rather than degrees. It is really very important for us to look at the other side of it. We need peace. And to build a peaceful home, like the saying goes, an hungry man is an angry man. So without food, there will not be peace. So the only way we can derive peace is for us to come together, most especially we, the women. We are the first caregivers to the nation, to the children. Women are mothers. We have been able to produce presidents, ministers, senators and so on and so forth, governors and so on. But what have we been able to bring out of this? Are we able to give them the good care and the upbringing they needed in our homes? This is a question for all the women seated in this room. Please, we appeal. They have said it all. That all the necessary support that is needed to be given to women will be given to us. But let us wake up and do our own part. With this, I assure that collaboratively, we are going to achieve a lasting peace in Katsina State, in Nigeria, and in the world, inshallah. Thank you very much.
That has been the welcome remarks or Godwill message by Hajia Aisha, CEO Murina Foundation. Kamar yadda kuka ji bayani kenan daga wurin uwanmu, wadda na tabbata kowa ya santa ya san irin gwagwarmayar da suke yi na ganin cewa a jihar Katsina an samu zaman lafiya. Sannan kuma sun tabbatar da cewa mata sun samu 'yanci da kuma wa'annan abubuwan na fiftinu da ke faruwa an samu maslaha a jihar Katsina. Even though da farko ban san cewa I'm going to translate it ba, so ba komi na gane ba, amma nan gaba zan kula sosai. So next on the agenda is representative of Nigerian police to come and give us his own goodwill remarks in person of CSP Gamba Isa, PPRO Zone 14 in Katsina.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I don't want to say that I want to stand on the existing protocol because they said it's no longer acceptable in the public relations palace. Mr. Abiodun Bayewa, the Executive Director, Global Rights, the Madamin Katsina Alhaji Muhammad Usman, SA Banditry Alhaji Saidu Danja Jibia, other security agencies here present, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, sir. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am CSP Gamboisa from the Nigeria Police, Katsina, Zone 14 Katsina, comprising Katsina and Kaduna State Police Command. I want to appreciate the organizers of this program, a very good initiative, timely, very important. We need it in Katsina because of the security situation that we have or we are having in this state. And I have been working especially with Rafa. I have been attending so many of their programs, and I know the efforts they have been making in trying to bring women into the issue of security. We've been working with them at the state headquarters level, especially on the aspect of this sexual and gender-based violence, especially rape cases against women and small young girls. Today, we are going to discuss issues pertaining to security and the inclusion of women into the security architecture of the Katsina State. Women are very important. They play a very significant role in the society. They are the homemakers, the peacemakers. In fact, there is no way you can take away the responsibility of a woman in this fight against crime and criminality. Women, they are our mothers, they are husbands, they are the ones that are in the forest fighting the other communities and the government. But unfortunately, women have been neglected in this issue of banditry. And let me tell you, there are three actors in this fight. We have the herders, the farmers, and the government. And of these three, only the bandits understand the role of women in this fight. They are the ones that are using women. They use them, can I say it? They use them to supply food items, smuggling of arms and ammunition into the forest. They use women as informers. And also women are the ones suffering the fight. Because if you go to IDP camps, like what the SA Security said, you will find that women are having the larger share of this problem. If you go into Katsina's town, you find that the displaced persons, that is women roaming the streets, begging, you will see small children because of this fight. So bandits have recognized the importance of women and they have already taken care of them. They have given them roles. They take them into the forest, they cook food for them, they prepare everything. And without the presence of women in the forest, I think the bandits will have to come out. So we have to use this meeting today and talk to women so that they can speak to their husbands, to their fathers, to their uncles, to whosoever is concerned, who is either in the forest or who is committing one crime or the other, like the issue of these kaurai, the issue of these drug peddlers. All these children, they are your sons, your brothers, your husbands. And most of these incriminating items, they are kept in the house. The arms and ammunition, the drugs, you still find them inside your own houses. So it is the responsibility of a woman. In fact, if the whole women in Katsina will come together and say no to this crime and criminality, believe you me, the problem is going to be reduced to the barest minimum. I think the Global Rights, in conjunction with RAFA, Isa Wali, Kuka Foundation, UK Aid, they have tremendously did a great work by bringing us together, especially in this town hall meeting that I am seeing a large number of women. In fact, some of the women here present, I saw one, she has been a dean of my faculty of law. She has been my teacher, she is here. Women of high standard, women that are educated, that can contribute immensely for the development of this Katsina state. I pray that this town hall meeting will help in bringing so many solutions. We are going to discuss. We should feel free to say whatever we want to say because the representative of the governor is here. The security agencies, all of us are here be represented so that at least whatever we discuss here, we go down back to our respective offices, to our homes, and see that it is fully implemented. They are giving you a voice. Please talk. We want to hear the women's voice or voices. Let us hear what is the problem. Why is it that this crime and criminality is still going on? Who is helping this bandit in the forest? What efforts are we making to see that we have solved the problem once and for all? Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
There has been a wonderful remark by the PPRO CSP Isa Gambo, PPRO Zone 14. abin da ya faɗa ya ce ya ji daɗi da ya ga.
Kafin a ci gaba, let me use this opportunity to, on behalf of Global Rights, Gamba Isa kaɗan madame kore mu da Katsina. Usman Nagogo shine ɗan madamin Katsina. Muhammad Usman shine CDC chairman na wannan zama. We regularly apologize, sir.
We sincerely apologize for that mixed up. Labai. So ya ce ya ji daɗin yadda ya ga mata sun taru, an tara mata sosai saboda wannan taron namu ne na mata. Because ana magana ne akan yadda za a saka mata a cikin shirye-shiryen samar da zaman lafiya a kowane mataki, tun daga unguwanni har sama. So wannan yana da matuƙar muhimmanci, kuma ya faɗa ya ce ya kamata duk lokacin da, because akwai lokacin da za mu ba da dama mu tambayoyi da ansoshi. So lokacin aka ba da dama kowa ya tabbatar ya saki jikin shi ya yi tambaya ko ya ba da gudunmuwar da za ta taimaki jihar Katsina da mu baki ɗaya. Mun gode. Next on the agenda is goodwill remarks by the Assistant Commander, NSCDC, Ralia Suleiman Yusuf. Ma.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. I am here to give my own special will. Thank you for bringing us as Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps here. My name is Assistant Commandant Ralia Suleiman Yusuf. I'm representing my commandant here. So, I am very happy to be in this important hall as a security agent, especially as a woman in security. Whenever any of these mishaps happen, we, the female security, we easily can get to the women, that are involving in the process. So as there's this global hall township meeting that will help in guiding those anomalies, but after trying to stop or help in the insecurities, it is also good to give aid to those whom the insurgents happens to. We will be impressed so that those people will not go back in accepting a token to do the bad things. Well, we thank God the civil defense as a security have been trying their best. They are everywhere and they are there in the local government, in the forest, that all this are happening, and they are participating with other security with the other security agencies to stop the insecurities. Now that at least there's a help that will be given to those who are being maimed, who are not able to accept accept any square meal in a day, but with this initiative, they will be guided and they will be given some aids by the global and those involved. We thank God that government in his own parts have been doing their best. They have been also taking care of the securities who are there to stop the insecurity. We thank you so much for this moment that we are here. But since we that were here, or those of us that come from the rural area can go back and also give these messages to them in order to stop the anomalies that will be going wrong in there. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ma, for this wonderful remark. I just would like to pick some key points. Ta ce duk waɗanda suke nan su taimaka duk abubuwan da suka koya sun je sun kai ga waɗanda ba su nan wurin saboda kowa ya amfana. Saboda wannan abun mu da aka zaɓo mu a nan wurin bai isa mu ɗauki saƙon mu kaɗai ba. So next is going to be a documentary. So I'm going to invite Dr. Edosa Ebiora, Program Manager, Global Rights, to give us an insight of all the documentary is all about. Sir?
Thank you, Hanatu. Okay, so when we started this project in 2023, as I said, in February, after running it for 1 year, by February last year, we decided to document, to go to the field, people that are benefiting from the project, to hear from them how the project is impacting the communities. At that time, we started in the first year, it was just Sokoto and Kaduna states that we started with the project. And so that first year, we documented the impact of the project in Sokoto and Kaduna state. And so we want to just play the video so we can hear directly from people in the community on how the project has helped them come together to build resilience against insecurity in their community and of course promote women inclusion in peace building process. And so we'll just play, listen, watch the video for the next few minutes. IT, if you are ready, please get us on. As the IT cue up the video, just to
become synonymous with insecurity,
I will take it
with
from
a
the
lot
beginning.
of violence.
From the
We've
beginning.
got cases of intercommunal violence, intracommunal violence with ethnic and religious violence going on in communities that should otherwise be at peace.
The farmer-herder conflicts, there's always contestation over the existing. They could discuss resources, it could be encouragement into farmland.
You be in your farm, suddenly you hear gunshots. You rather be shot, or the person you're working with will be shot. People became
Sorry,
fearful.
let them cue it so we can
farm.
see what.
Tribalism.
Please take it from the beginning and let's have pictures on the screen. So I was just trying to say, we are hoping to close on time today, so we...
In the vast expanse of Nigeria's northwest, a silent struggle persists. Here, amidst the challenges of peace, security, and civic participation, the community grapples with the complexities of its reality.
Northwest Nigeria over the past decade has become synonymous with insecurity, with a lot of violence. You've got cases of intercommunal violence, intracommunal violence with ethnic and religious violence going on in communities that should otherwise be at peace.
The farmer-herder conflicts, there's always this contestation over the existing resources. They could be scarce resources, it could be encouragement into farmland.
You be in your farm, suddenly you hear gunshots. You rather be shot, or the person you're working with will be shot. People became fearful. Nobody wants to go to the farm again.
Tribalisms, religions, difference, regionalisms, and the political sentiments. Issue of nepotisms among even the political class. They are the factors responsible for creating unrest and dispute and hatred between one another.
All of this political instability and economic headwinds culminated in casualties on all sides. The justice system was burdened, and therefore access for every citizen was limited, expectedly putting even more pressure on the family unit seeking redress. The shrinking coping mechanism on the home front was evident. The men could certainly not do it all alone. And as for the women, while their valuable contributions to homekeeping, caregiving, and subsistence farming was acknowledged and encouraged, their opinions and contributions to public discourse was rarely invited.
This community was attacked on the 14th March last year. So some of the women went to the markets and they heard about it, the rumor that this community, the terrorists are coming to attack this community. When they brought this information, do you know that these women were ignored? They were ignored. Nobody cared as in to take any measure. So later on, around 8:25 rather, PM, that same day, attackers entered and about 9 people lost their lives.
Before, women has no voice. She can't talk anything. Even if the husband insult her, abuse her, whatever, she has no right to report even to traditional rulers. There was sometimes a culture where when women reported husband to traditional ruler, from there you say, I divorced you.
As a woman, personally, if you ask me, all this while, I felt women were irrelevant. But with the conversation, I felt, oh, so the women too can contribute to the growth of the community. Even economically, women too can contribute. Peacefully, women too can contribute.
This project came on to help to build inclusive, resilient communities, especially to bring on board more women playing roles in the peace-building process, in the conflict resolution process, and also in mitigating conflict, to get more people on board to play roles in terms of identifying signs and indicators for violent conflict or issues that affect them, and getting in touch with the relevant stakeholders to ensure that these issues are resolved in a timely manner.
Recognizing that community resilience needed to be rebuilt, Global Rights established community dialogue committees to meet on a monthly basis or as the situation demands, to discuss important issues of peace building and security as pertains to their communities.
We select people from Christian, from the resident community chiefs, like Searching Community Plateau, others, and we can also from people with special need, and we can also see people from the youth environment, women environment, academia, and then we think it's very necessary again to engage people from the government.
Abubuwan da mun kataka, role ɗin da mun kataka suna da yawa, don interfaith ɗin da an kai yana cikin role ɗin da mun kataka wanda an kai achieving a lot. To sai an ka jawo malumma, masallatai daban-daban, makarantu daban-daban, an ka jawo pastors, different churches, an ka kira su, an ka kira wasu ƙananan malamai su ko an ka jawo sun ka taho, an ka zo an ka yi wannan training ɗin da an ka yi na kwana 2. Wallahi training ɗin nan ya bada kala sosai.
We conduct advocacy to like ministries, departments, and agencies that we think we have to do with them. We conduct community sensitizations on the issue of peace building and also women resilience and engagement to insecurity. So the women have been also when there's any disaster, women and children suffer and disability suffer. So we now recognize that let us also engage the women to be part in the program so that we will also, whatever their concern during the meeting, we will know. We also engage disability, we will know their concern. We engage youth, we will know their concern, and traditional and religious leaders and the people of the resident community, they are also engaged. So together, when we are planning together, we plan together, we implement together.
Domin abubuwan da ya taimaka min suna da yawa. Da ban san yadda ake nuna mutane yadda za su zauna lafiya ba. Idan na shiga wannan kungiya na CDC, yadda ake shiga jama'a, a koya musu yadda ake zama lafiya, da kuma ƙauyuka, da dai kai saɓani da in ya faru ko a unguwa.
We as CDC members call ourselves to book that we should remember we have limits to where we can go. That once you gather any information, you're supposed to take it to the appropriate authority, report it, and then you relax there.
There is a lot of synergy between the civil defense and the local community, civil defense, local communities, and other law enforcement agencies, in the sense that we work in harmony. We provide the needed intelligence whenever it is the need arises, and we also participate in joint operation between especially the military, the Nigerian police, and to some extent the Department of State Services. So this one assists in no small way in tackling these issues. The people have trust on us. Whenever they bring their cases to us, we treat it without fear or favor. So that one helps a lot in promoting the trust or in building the trust between ourselves and the local community.
Don mu CBC gaba ɗaya harka al'umma ta mukai. Ai kwanaki an samu cewa ga banditin nan za su shigo cikin gari. CDC sun kai alatin ɗin security sun ka zo an kai attacking ɗinsu sun ka juya. Shi sarki shi ya kira nan abin ga Sokoto Command na Army Barrack ya kira su an ka zo an ka samu sa'a kashe mutum 20 daga cikinsu an ka kona baburansu da jirgin sama. To ke ga CDC nan ma sun yi achievement a lot.
It also developed the Early Warning Response Coordination Mechanism to alert all stakeholders of imminent stressors in order to prepare optimal community-led responses for preempting and preventing conflict.
The early warning, early response dashboard is a security equipment that will extend not just to these communities, but to the entire Northwest.
Having strengthened community resilience through the CDC and EWRC, Global Rights consolidated its efforts by promoting women inclusion through such tools as the Gender Action Learning System, or GALS, which helped in changing attitudes and practices relating to household management and family cohesion.
The GALS training is extremely important because each tool teaches what you need for your basic coexistence. When it comes to peace and security, the GALS training teaches how to come together as a family, be effective, and how to join hands as a community to be effective in ensuring there is peace, there is communication, and using alternative dispute resolution for that. And so it really helps. And then in the civic space, there are lots of organizations that are into responding to sexual and gender-based violence, for example, but do not have a structure for it, do not have an approach that is going to be inclusive. And the GALS training will break that for you.
Lokacin kamin mu yi GALS training, lalle ina tabbatar miki cewa muna and akwai wani expensive unnecessary spending da muke yi da matata ta kashe kuɗi gaban zawar ta gara ma ni in je in yi nau abin da na gara ma ba mu zauna mu yi shawara mu gani ya kamata mu wa gidan mu ko babu fahimtar juna gaskiya. But after the training na GALS, when we come back from the training, to nan na ta gano cewa to have more than 80 set ko lokacin nan ma ta ce min ita sanana kice min ke kira ganin ma ina ganin tuwa hanga da ki tara raba su biyu zaki ki sai da rabi ki to ki samu sana'a da kin kama don wasting money na kawai kin kai.
A gaskiya haka nan mun yanzu dai gaskiya muna da fahimtar juna sosai ba kamar da ba. Don da gaskiya kin ga abina na amma bayan mun sai mun yi training mun ka fahimci juna.
Sanadiyar wannan training ta mana da ba na barin mata ta je irin wasu abubuwa da ake zuwa na wayar da kai da midami amma sanadiyar na samu training yanzu ina tura ta je ta yi training ta samu abubuwa da midami domin soyayya mata karu tsakanin mata ta ke gane
lokacin ina kasuwanci lokacin ka haimu ta yi GALS training ba ni kasuwanci na dogara da mijina ko kuɗi bai bani na abinci ba zan jira sai da ya samu ya bani yara su yi ta damuwa suna jin yunwa babu abinci tun da ban sana'a to sai mun ka ta yi GALS training ɗin ga muka gano zaman banza bayan dole ka dawo ka dogara da kanka ka bar dogara da miji sai ya baka ka ta yi ka biɗu to sai mun ka haɗa ni da mijina mun ka haɗa kasuwanci.
With the knowledge gained from the girls' methodology, we would tend to see more women involved in advocacy for women's empowerment, for women's protection, for women's participation in the peace and security architecture. So we begin to see more women also being involved in the mediation process, and they are going around scaling down this knowledge and skills at the different levels. We have them at the community level, we have them at the local government level.
For example, if you look at majority of the student union body, they were in place after the girls' training. But I can tell you they are extremely inclusive of women. Majority of the vice are women. Majority of some of the positions that the men would have come out for are now having women in those positions, and they are allowed to be at the forefront of things, like the recent programs on International Women's Day that we did. So it is extremely important, and it goes a long way in creating opportunities. There is a better understanding of how the roles don't have to clash. There is no role conflict. We are not asking for you to move. We are only asking to have the same opportunities. That's just it.
Before, I was the one sweeping, washing plates, doing all the domestic work. But after we went for girls' training, we learned about vision, we learned about so many things, which help us. Now we can sit together, we plan together, we save together, we do things together. Gaskiya mun karu mun fahimtar da mata mun wayar da musu da kansu kamar lokacin da an ka koyar da mu training. Bayan mun dawo muna wayar da kan mata irin shiga taruka haka. Dan ni ke ga lokacin ka in ta girls training. Ni gidana baya bari na shiga kowane taro. In yi ta damuwa mutane yan uwana suna ta zuwa taro ni ban zuwa. To sanadiyar mun zuwa ga girls training din. Gaskiya bayan mun dawo wannan training din, mafi yawanci mata suna ta ganin abubuwan da muka yi suna ba su shawa, har suna ta huwa muna ta koya musu.
Even girls access to go to school, it is more encouraged. Before, so many parenting want the girl child finish secondary school, marriage. Now they are thinking of transition to university, to college of education, health technology. So that means that there is increase in the probability of education of a girl child.
After participating in the girls' training, I now come back to my community. Me and my wife, I train a lot of people, and they are now using the knowledge that I teach them.
It's amazing to see the men or the young boys being able to join us for gender-related programs, whereby before you only see ladies showing interest in that aspect of it. And now we have he for she's, that's what we call them, men that are acting for the women. And so the impact has gone a long way to open their minds to the fact that it's a collaboration, it's a journey that we have to take together.
Well, for some of the communities that, especially like Zango, Zonkwa communities, we've seen like more women are beginning to speak out, and they've even been given leadership positions. There are some communities where women were not even given any leadership positions. We are beginning to see a shift towards, okay, giving women an opportunity to be on the traditional council. So we are beginning to see those type of shifts, and them listening to the voices of women. So women can send their representatives to go and make a presentation to the leaders of the community, and those issues that they table are being listened to and given a positive response.
There was a time we have problem of building a church within the Gaji side. The Muslim, we talked to them, the Sarkin Gaji was able to talk to me. I'm a Christian, he's a Muslim. We went there, we saw the place, which in fact everything went on peacefully, unlike before. If it was not through the global rights, we may not have arrived at that point. So there is much cordial relationship between Christians and Muslims in this district.
Between the Fulani farmers and herders clash, it has also declined in my community. But before, it had been at increase, because the issue that necessitated the fight, it is also there, because the negative climatic impact that has necessitated the problem, it's in there. But the knowledge down has created enabling environment for us to recognize that it is not everything, you don't necessarily to fight, rather to reconcile. Alternative dispute resolution is proper, and that is why it helps us a lot when now reconciling, bringing them on board to discuss what is the problem, we address it, and they love one another and they go peacefully.
Disabled core people with special needs. Global right ta jawo mu ga jiki don shi ni a wakilin su kuma akwai lokacin da duk program ɗin da mun ka tashi ana kiran su su zo su ma su bada contribution kuma duk abin da ya tashi cikin early warning group na ma akwai su in daga ciki nan gagalawa ai bandit sun taho lokacin ai wanda ya fara alatin din magana bandit din nan ai disabled ne kuma da an ka zo an tabbatar da wannan abin hakan ne shike.
To babban canjin ma shine yadda aka jawo mai nakasa ya zo ya shiga cikin marasa lafiya ya bada nashi gudunmawa. Wannan ma is number one change. Number two kuma an daraja mai nakasa. An nuna mai shi ba banza bane.
I believe that the girls' action learning system is something that is sustainable in Kaduna State and even the other focal states because of what I have seen from the beneficiaries. They've been able to step down. Many of them collectively had come together, pooled their resources together to step down that training to others at the community level.
For me, I think the project never ended. The project just started because the project has succeeded. Having extracting people from the community, we did not import them from somewhere. They are the members of community. We strengthen their capacity. So strengthening the capacity of community, number one is a sustainability plan. Number two, we started ever since generating resources, local resources. Monthly meeting we generate 500 naira note, and at every national meeting we went, we also generate 5,000, and we also involved into advocacy to get partnership, sourcing partnership with other development partners that is working, having the same mandate to work with us in the peace promotion, women engagement, and other community resilient aspect. And then also the partnership that we established from the girls structure, from vigilante structure, from pet leader structure, from robust structure of CDC. So I believe sustainability has already gained ground.
I think that this project is one project, and you can talk to the communities in which we work that would definitely tell you the hearts and minds have been changed. This has impacted the way people think about inclusion in their communities. And it's not just affecting, the largest scale of communities, all the way down to households are impacted while they need to be inclusive in decision making, in bearing responsibilities within the community.
The results were clear. The changes have been transformational. Women now sit in traditional councils with men, helping to address difficult, thorny issues such as gender-based violence, co-management of the home front, and natural resource management disputes. Faith and religious leaders have attested to strengthened and harmonious interaction between both Muslims and there is now greater faith in the response of the state security systems, such as the police and the NSCDC. The visible positive outcomes include the development of early warning response coordination dashboard and app, which has enhanced collaboration between community stakeholders and the law enforcement agencies. The results have been spectacular, as have been expressed by residents. The hope is that these successes can be replicated across all of northern Nigeria and the country as a whole. It does not seem like a vain sentiment.
Thank you. Right now, we are documenting the second year of the project, and the documentary is being produced as we speak. And hopefully by the first week of March, we will launch that documentary as well to see how the project has impacted the second year, which will now include Katsina and Kano states. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier, we do not intend to stay here for long. We're hoping by 2 p.m. we should be out of here. So I will want to welcome the special guest of honor today to give his special remarks. I have the singular honor. Before I welcome him, let me just say one thing about him. The fact that this project is still going on in Katsina today is because of somebody like him. When we started this project in Katsina, we came across some little challenges at the time that was almost going to make us to retract and then just say, okay, you know what, let's go to another state. But him and the CDC chairman and this man I want to welcome stood their ground and gave us the assurance that this project will succeed. We cannot take this project out of Katsina State. And so the fact that we are still here today is because of the effort of somebody like him. And so I will want to welcome the Damadami Katsina, Usman Nago, the district head of Dandara, who is our special guest of honor, as he gives his special remarks. Please let's welcome our royal father.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على نبي الكريم. May I be permitted to stand on the existing protocol, please, so that it will shorten my comments. But at the same time, we thank Allah the Almighty for allowing us to be alive today in good health, to be able to be here at the town hall meeting as arranged by the Global Rights. At the same time, I want to thank Global Rights and their partners for all that they have done in order to ensure that this program remains in Katsina State and has so far, even at this stage, we call it a success. Thank you all. I welcome you to this important high-level town hall meeting on women's inclusion in peace and security. There is no better time to have this kind of conversation than now. Indeed, community policing is key to sustainable peace building, and this policing starts right from home. And it is the women at home that are always leading this process. Therefore, it is imperative to include women and other marginalized groups in any peace building process. This underscores the importance of this gathering. From the part of this project in my community 4 months ago, I can testify to the success so far recorded in promoting peaceful existence in my communities, especially through the effort of the NAS Inter CDC GBB committee and the household participants of the girls' training. You see, let me cut a little bit. The role of the CDC, despite the fact that the video has explained it all, but I just want to say something very important here, that because of that CDC, it gave me the opportunity to be a friend of my pastor. He comes to my house, he visits me. It was the beginning of that relationship because of the CDC. And for the training, like all is said on the video, it has changed the lives of so many partners here. What I mean here is married couples who have arguments and are always frozen in disputes. It has surely helped in reducing such problems. So what I did is to appoint a desk officer, a woman desk officer in my office to be in charge of the GBV in my community. That I have done. And I believe we are going to make her available to get involved with all the women organizations so that she will learn more about what is going on. And then from there, I believe a lot of other things will come up. By sharing experience and strategy for increased women and other marginalized groups' participation in peace-building process, and of course, in our civic space. Finally, let me use this medium to thank Global Rights for bringing the laudable initiative to our dear state and choosing my community for piloting this project. We are very much grateful for that. And at the same time, I want to use this opportunity also to thank the Executive Governor of Katsina State, because through his senior special assistant, we have had easier contact to the government. He has given an open door policy, the SSA. Anytime we want to see him, anytime we want to talk to him, he is always ready for us. And all our public gatherings, he is always there. Even now, he is here. We thank him so much. We are very much grateful for that. And I pledge mine and my community continuous support to the success of this project. One additional thing I want to say, especially to women groups, I don't know what to call them, but there are so many women organizations that are committed to helping women. And some are not in contact with us at our level, the district. Very few are contacting our offices, of which we are the people who are closer to the people. And this gender-based violence has not been taken care of, especially because most of these women in our villages are illiterate. I want to tell anybody here that only 2 or 3% of my district is an urban area. The 98% is a rural area. Very rural some places. And accessing those areas, even if there is no banditry, sometimes it's a little difficult. And sometimes these systems, these organizations find it difficult to reach those places, to reach these women, where most and a lot of those women are made to live like slaves. Because the husband is not educated enough to understand what are the rights of the woman. And so the woman. So you find so many things, uncomfortable things that are happening around and are very, very difficult to handle because some are not even being reported. Because they feel like, somebody saw on the video that when they report to me, the husband will say, okay, I divorce you, just like that. But maybe when they are properly educated, they will find a way to pass the information. And especially the women gurus that we will use, instead of us getting involved, we get these women groups. Like I have appointed this desk officer, I start using the desk officer. Maybe she goes there, find out if she can't solve it, or if she can't take care of it, then she comes to the groups and say, okay, this is the situation, and I believe when the women get involved with their own kin, I believe most of this situation will be sorted out. Thank you, and I wish a fruitful deliberation. Thank you so much.
So that has been our father, the Madamin Katsina Alhaji Usman Nagogo. Kamar yadda Dr. Edosa Ibiora, wanda shine manajan wannan kungiya ta Global Right ya ce, muna nan gurin ba don komi ba, saboda gudunmuwar da uban ƙasa ya bada da madamin Katsina Alhaji Usman Nagogo. Saboda da farko sun ɗan sha wahalar kafin su samu suka kawo wannan program ɗin a Katsina, inda ya ce wannan program ɗin ana yin shi a jihohi 4. So Katsina State tana cikin jihohin da suka samu wannan dama domin a yi wannan pilot program ɗin a Katsina State. Sannan ya gode ma babban mai ba gwamna shawara akan harkokin 'yan gudun hijira, inda ya ce shi ma ya ba da gudunmuwa, inda ya tabbatar cewa ya kai ma mai girma gwamna kukansu kuma ya ansa, kuma yanzu haka ga mu a nan wurin. So abu na gaba da zamu yi shine keynote address, inda na gaba shine wannan chairman din Natsinta Community Dialogue. But kafin na, I want to just say something. As a journalist, when Dr. Edosa says he's going to introduce the documentary, I have to have a seat and watch, because I know definitely I'm going to gain something from it. Sir, the documentary is very educative. Even me, I have learned a lot of it, and Nawaj is going to do a lot of things, just like what Global Right did, inshallah. Next on the agenda is I want to invite Alhaji Muhammad Usman, Chairman, Natsinta Community Dialogue Committee, to come and give us an insight on promoting engagement for women inclusion and community resilience through the CDC. So I know I will sit down again and learn, because I never knew that such community exists in Katsina. Just like what Baba said, he said that a lot of the CSOs here that we don't used to go. I know now what we always talk and fight for gender-based violence, so definitely we'll come and see you people.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Good morning all. My name is Mohamed Usman, CDC Chairman, Natsinta, Katsina. On behalf of the 20 CDC members of Natsinta, I welcome you to this important gathering. Natsinta CDC comprised of representatives of security agencies in the state, namely police, NSCDC, DSS, Community Watch, and Vigilante, women groups, youth, faith, and cultural leaders. Namada Katsina, district head of the Dara, is the patron of the CDC. The CDC was trained by Global Right on the role of the CDC in the community peace building. After this training, Natsinta CDC came up with a work plan. This includes a community sensitization program for faith and cultural leaders. This was held on 28th January in Natsinta. The objectives of it was to raise awareness on the role of CDC in peace building and women inclusion in peace building efforts. The CDC GBB committee has also carried out house-to-house sensitization on GBB referral pathways in the community. Since our inauguration in October 2024, we have been having monthly meetings with the CDC members discussing community security issues and ways to address them. We have also carried out some advocacy visits to the key stakeholders, and we will continue to engage and sought for your kind support toward the success of this intervention. On this note, on behalf of the CDC Natsinta, we thank Global Right for supporting this project, RAPA for the partnership for this event, and thank each and every one of you here for your presence. Our special thank also goes to Namadami for his perpetual support and guidance. The SA to the State Governor on Victims and Mandatory IDPs, I am confident with the caliber of the participation in this hall that at the end of this town hall, its objectives will be achieved, and therefore look forward for a productive engagement. Thank you.
Gaskiya ni ma mai girma chairman ina son in zama part of this CDC committee. Kuma abun burgewa shine na ga cewa akwai women inclusion. Wanda kullum that is what we have been fighting for. Not really fighting, we just want to be part of every process. Because aka ce ciwon ya mace na ya mace ne. There is something that no man can do it for us, but we, our voices, they are too low up to now, but giving us opportunity, it will be as big as I can't even see, because I know what we women can do. So Alhamdulillah. Next on the agenda is keynote address. Forging partnership for sustainable peace through women inclusion by Perfection Patient Haman, Protection Manager, Donwa Empowerment Foundation.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for this very opportunity. All protocol duly observed. As she said, my name is Perfection Patience. I'm from Donwa Empowerment Foundation. I'm the Protection and Program Manager. So thank you, Global Right. Thank you, Katsina State Government. And thank you, everyone present here. I hope and wish that we get to have a peaceful deliberation. So to the media, I have my slide with you. I don't know if you could start from there. Thank you. Okay, that part seems to be cutting. So we are going to start with what is partnership. To me, this is partnership. The coming together of many, putting hands on deck to see the success of a certain stuff. So there it says partnership is a formal arrangement by two or more parties to manage and operate a business or intervention and share its benefits. Thank you, Kuka Foundation. They partner with the USAID and then the Global Rights, the CDC, the RAPA, the Isawali Foundation to bring this program to a success. And then the next thing is a partnership is an agreement where parties agree to cooperate to advance their mutual interests. The partners in a partnership may be individual, business, interest-based organization, schools, government, or combination. So today we are talking about partnership between men and women. Because over the years, it's been believed that the world seems to be men dominant. And now the women want to step in also because you cannot make a decision about a person without his or her view in place. So you can't make a decision about me without me being involved. So today we are here for women inclusion in what? Peace building. So sustainability. Sustainability is the ability to exist and develop without depleting resources for the future. When this program comes to an end, we will look forward towards sustainability, where all resources may not be restrained, but will be used for the development of each one another. That is where the CDC comes into play. Tomorrow, Global Right might not be there, the Coca Foundation might not be there, The USAID may not be there, but we at the community level will be there. We are here to sustain and maintain sustainability and the flow of things, especially women inclusion in peace building. Looking at what has been happening, especially in the Northwest and the Northeast over the past 18 years, it's been so disheartening. And the only way we could go about it is to include women in the process. I heard what the Ogagambo said earlier. He said that the women have been used. Then I now said in a negative way. That was what I said. By the bandits. Those are the people that actually got us involved. So now we want the government to get us involved. And according to the United Nations Common Future Report, also known as Brundtland Report, sustainability means meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. We are not here to make decisions that will deter the future. We are here for the sake of the future. So anything that we're going to be doing, any deliberation that is going to be taking place is for the success of the future. So we are having the future in mind at the present level. So when we talk of sustainability, don't think we are here to consume all the knowledge, we're here to take up all the places, not minding each one another. Zaman lafiya fa dole ne. In ba a zauna lafiya ba za a ci gaba ba. Next slide, please. Peace building. Crown University defined peace building as an effort to resolve injustice in a non-violent way, to transform this sectarian condition that generate deadly conflict. Okay, let me just, wannan manya-manyan turancin da na sa a gunnan. Kun gane ko? Bari mu yi dilin da na saman nan. So, peace building as an effort to resolve injustice in a non-violent way. Duk inda ka ce wai za ka nemi masifa, za ka kashe wuta da wuta, ana yin ta ne? Babu ai. You cannot use violence to settle violence. Duk lokacin ka sami mutum yana ta ihu, wancan ma na ihu, wannan na ihu, ba za ka ji komai ba. Sai an yi shiru, an zauna, an duba, menene ya kawo, mene tushensi, wannan damuwa. That is what is the foundation of this problem in a non-violent way. Be calm. If you want me to hear you, keep quiet. If you are shouting, I'm not going to listen to you. So we have to maintain peace in order to get peace. You cannot use violence to get peace. Okay, let's continue. United Nations gave coincident definition of peace building as efforts to transition from war to peace and to, what's that? It's cutting. Okay. Risks of relapsing into conflict by strengthening capacities for conflict management. Okay. You cannot just talk about peace without educating people. Global Right came into the picture and educated people, decided to put in place CDCs so that to maintain peace and what and order. Next, please. Peace building, Peace building refers to the process of establishing and maintaining peace in post-conflict societies or communities. It involves a range of activity and social cohesion and building institution and infrastructure that supports sustainable peace. Za ku gani muna da police ko, muna da civil defense, muna da community leaders, and then we have the religious leaders and all of that. And in all, the reason why all these things are being put in place is not just for leadership. You cannot lead a chaotic environment. It is also for the sake of peace. It's also for the sake of understanding. That is why all these bodies are in place. Next. Goals of peace building. You cannot say, I want peace. Peace for what? There are certain things you are aiming at. There are certain things we are aiming at. That is why we're all gathered here. So the first thing is, Please, can you help me? Because I didn't come with me. Okay, reconciliation. Reconciliation wato kaman abu ya taba faruwa ana kokari a sake gyara ta. Mun yi fada za a zo a shirya mu. Da munki da musu akwai sassaguwa a kasan nan. Kuma ba za mu ci gaba ba sai mun reconciling differences din mu. Ba zan dinga karanta komai da kuma zan dinga dauka key point din so that kada mu wasting time. So social cohesion. Wato social cohesion haɗin kai gaba ɗaya. In an ce cohesion duk abun da wato abu ne wanda zai kawo haɗin zai haɗa mutane gu ɗaya. The next thing is initiate, sorry, please can you read it from? Capacity building. Kun ji wannan da muka kalla yanzu nan ko? Kun ga ana ta ce an yi meeting, an yi training, an yi wannan, an yi wannan. Wannan ma wannan town hall meeting ma is in another way or form of capacity building. Koyarwa, sani ya kamata, tara jama'a, haɗa kai. Next. Economic development. Don Allah ku ga abin da ke faruwa. Mu gina masallaci, mu gina coci, mu gina businesses. Rana ɗaya kawai wani ya zo ya saka bomb ya kwaba. Me yake kawowa? Tashin hankali ko? If there is no peace, we will not even grow. A lot of business have been bankrupted as a result of conflict over the years. Small-scale businesses have gone down. Yanzu at nan kasan mu Nigeria, where kana da in ka rike 20,000, you can start up a business. But you cannot start a business with even 100,000 na a reasonable business. You need from 500,000 above. Kowane yake da ability ya samu 500,000? Babu. Even schools, we are implementing in Kurfi, and the numbers of out of school are just alarming. What brought about that? Conflicts, terrorism, lack of peace. Next, please. Conflict prevention. The reason why we want to build peace is to prevent conflicts. In mun zauna lafiya, za a san damun wane, za a san damun wane, za a san yaya ne za a yi, ba sai an taka wani ba don a shiga ba. Next, please. Women inclusion, abin da ya kawo nan kenan. Ai dama da ban ga mata ba juyawa zan yin koma kayana. Sai ga mun nan ko ta ina. Mun gode global rights. Thank you so much, Katsina State. I am so impressed. When it comes to women inclusion, there's something I've noticed when I came to Katsina State. Na shiga office na gani commissioner of this na ga mace ne. Yace correct. Na je nan na je mace ne. Na je na ce ya dai ana faruwa fa abun fata fara faruwa mun samu zama. Sai godiya. So women inclusion is very important. In the context of International Women's Day 2024, inclusion refers to the activity, process of creating a society where all women, regardless of their background, identity, or experience, feel valued, respected, and empowered to participate fully in all aspects of life. Fully. Don't Allah ka ku ja kafa mu haka ku aje mu haka. Mun ce fully, we want to be in completely. And kun san abu da mace, in mace ta sa zuciya tana son ta yi abu, to ba abin da zai hana ta sai ko ita kanta. We are very determined. So irrespective of our age, irrespective of our religion, irrespective of our color, or the situation we find ourselves, maybe we are of special needs, we please want to be included. I will still say it, we want to be included. Mata fa iyayenmu ne. In kana son zaman lafiya, wani abokina ya aure bai dade ba, kada in dame ku da surutu da yawa, yace ma, sai na ga posting yace, wato fa zaman lafiyan nan fa sai da mace in ba ka ba ka same ta ba. Ko ba haka ba? Yanzu idan kun ga mutum ya shigo office yana ta hada muku fiska, yana ta ihu, yana ta buga. Ka tuntuma gida ba lafiya. In gida lafiya komai zau lafiya lau zaka ga ya shiga, hello everybody, how are you doing? Hope you're fine. Gaisuwan ranan daban ne. So ku jawo mu fa, ku jawo mu. In ba haka ba wancan peace building da za ku je ku yi nan ba ku jawo mu ciki ba ba zai buildu ba fa. Sai da mu fa ake cin kasuwan nan. Next, please. Women have women have always participated in peace process and peace building, but often at the informal level and rarely visible to the formal peacemakers. Za ku ce, akwai office of women affairs sai muka ga namiji ne a office din. Me ya kawo ni namiji ya zama commissioner of women affairs? Kun ga bai tali ba ai. Ku ce mana kuna da ofishin mu sannan ba mu bane a ciki? A'a babu, in kun ce wannan office of women affairs kowanne gathering da ake yi a nemo mana mata a ja mana mata a cikin sa. Za mu yi tafiya mai kyau. Mata ina faɗan ra'ayinmu ko? Next, please. Women inclusion and empowerment. Ba zan karanta ba zan ɗauki wannan saman kawai. Ya cancanta ka karanta ka ilmintar da ya mace. Education is another form of empowerment to women. Knowledge is another, business ideas, business orientation, protecting the women folks is another form of empowering the women. It's not just about mace ne na girma mata shikenan babu. Empower the women. Koya musu sana'a. Tura su makaranta. Ka kula da su. Ka san mene yake tafiya da su. A matsayinka uban gida. We still have that respect for our husbands. We still have respect for our fathers. Wannan tsarin ubangiji ne. Ba za ka iya canja shi ba. Bayan haka kuma tafiyan kuma sai a tare. Kar a bar wani a baya. Thank you. Next. Okay. The world is starting to grasp that there is no policy more effective than the empowerment of women and girls, and I would venture that policies is more important in preventing conflict or in achieving reconciliation after conflict has ended. Yanzu muna nan, mun ce we are here is a town hall meeting. Bayan an gama wannan taro, it is expected that policies should be on ground. You cannot just come to a meeting and say, okay, this is it, we are going to do this. What have you put in place? If you've not put steps in place, you cannot go there. If you don't have a goal ahead of you, you cannot say that you are reaching somewhere. So let's put the right policies that will benefit the women folks in place. Thank you. Next one. Why women inclusion? It is very important to include women in what we do because we are human too. I will not talk much about it. We are human. We deserve to be heard. We are mothers. We are nurturers. So it's important to involve women. Next, please. Women as catalysts for community-led peace building. I've given you a story. I said, if your home is not peaceful, why name uwar gida ba mace ba? Ko de uwar gida suma shi ma namiji ne? Babu aiko, mace ne ko? So if you don't involve women, it's very important. They are catalysts. In an ce maka abu is catalyst, that this is something that can prompt a change. So in kana son ka gani abu ya canja a cikin tafiyan da ake a rayuwar da ake yanzu, ka jawo mata cikin tafiya. Next, please. Importance of women in peace building. So enhance peace process through inclusion, decision making, unique insight, building trust. Baran karanta duka ba don ban da tsawon lokaci. Kaga mata yayin da ake yaki ana ganin su kamar wasu weaker vessels, so ana iya amfani da su don a shiga inda bai kamata ba a shiga ba. To idan kana so a ci gaba, in kuna so yaki-yakin na ya tsaya kamar inda shi oga ya faɗa ɗazun, ku jawo mata, ku yi amfani da mata in a positive way, not in a negative way wanda bandits suke amfani da su. Next. Instrument for fostering women inclusion. Let's go to the next page because somebody is doing me like this. Conclusion. So, forging partnership for sustainable peace, involve our working together to promote women's leadership, peace and security, ensure gender sensitivity, conflict resolution strategy, and creating platforms for women's voice in decision making. I'm a gender person, no. I'm very, very interested in women inclusion. So you should, at all points, indulge women in decision making. Next, please. So, nagode. Aside being a facilitator, I also anchor events. So if you want to spice up your events, call me. I'm always ready. Our office is in Modoji. Yes, Downward Empowerment Foundation. Thank you so very much. God bless you all.
I love that. You see, what is the difference between a woman and a man? She has done marketing. So, da a cikin wanda suka yi bayani a baya, an faɗa aka ce duk wanda yake da wani abu ga mai girma SSA nan, ya yi tambaya ko ƙarin haske ko wani abu, za mu ba da minti 3. Duk wanda yake da tambaya ko ita wadda ta gama presentation ɗinta kuna son ku ƙara samun wani bayani, to za mu ba da dama mata 2, namiji 1. Bana, this is our show, Oh, okay.
Good morning, all. I am Mrs. Agatha Inyam, Owikan Chairperson, Katsina State Chapter. I am happy that I'm here with all the discussions that we have had. I want to express generally, maybe I may be speaking on behalf of women here present. I am not happy in the sense that the government have failed us. The security have failed us. Community leaders have failed us. Yes, you said we are your mothers. You said we are your wives. You said we are your sisters. And even we might be your daughters. But you have neglected us. You have neglected us in various ways for a very long time. Most of us are illiterate. Most of us have nothing to empower ourselves with. Most of us are being neglected to the background. You have relegated our roles, sorry to say, to the boundaries. Yes, it is now the boundary that have identified our roles negatively. Negatively.
Madam Agatha, I understand your points are valid,
Yes,
but we are running out of time.
But what I'm trying to say, what are the mechanisms being put in place to now make us more relevant and be included in decision making? Thank you.
So that question goes to Mai Girma SSA. Tunda yanzu dai kai ne ke representing gwamnan jihar Katsina. So don haka duk wata tambaya da za a yi ma Mai Girma gwamna kai za ka ba mu ansa.
Good morning, all. My name is Binta Ahmad Sai from Public Complaints Commission, the Nigerian Ombudsman. We treat conflicts and resolution. I'm very happy that women are here. I'm there to represent women there. If there is any complaint against gender-based, change of a matter, so on, we are there. We treat to the core. Thank you very much.
So, Mazampa, who want to speak on behalf of the men? Anyone? Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. I'm Simon Ali Dankama from All Progressive Charity Foundation. Please, I want to ask a little question regarding the lecture on the town hall meeting. I don't know whether there is provisioning on how to ensure that the women's inclusions in peace and security effort is sustained over time beyond just a short-term project like this one. Because I know our mentality in our rural areas, we have a lot of communication gaps. Most of the things discussed here, we want it to be a replica in our community areas, especially those affected with banditry and insecurities issues. Please, is there a provision either by the global rights or the CDS or the state government in sensitizing our peoples, especially those in the community areas? And it should be a continuous thing, not just a short-term plan. Thank you very much.
Please, take your question again so that the CDC chairman will give us an insight on what you said.
Okay, so my question is, do we have a plan regarding a short-term plan, a long-term plan regarding sensitization of our community people, especially those affected with insecurities, so that they should have a replica of these lectures, so that our people will be sensitized regarding this issue of women's inclusions in every aspect of life. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dr. Edosa, you can give it to the SSA so that he can give us answer to the first question, then the second one to Chairman. That's inter.
Yes. Thank you very much. The other, listen, let me now refer to the one that asked about the inclusion of women and then the part of the government so far. Yes. In fact, if you can notice, it has been mentioned here clearly that Katsina State has made several efforts in distinguishing the role of women in every aspect, including offices, including political appointments, including even the city. Now you can understand, even the Madam has appointed a desk officer woman. Did you ever find that in other time? But this time now, things have started to change during Malandiko Umar's efforts. And again, in the peace building process, yes. Now, if you can understand the multi-door courts created now working in Katsina State are mined by women lawyers. They are the one taking charge of that one. Multi-door courts. They are handling the arbitration, little cases with regard, especially to women who are deprived of so many things, challenges, and other areas whereby there are gender violence and so on. Go to Ministry of Women Affairs, there a creation of safe space has been provided just for women. The international development partners that engage with His Excellency, the Governor of Malandiko Umarada, the CBOs and NGOs, a lot of them, I don't like to be mentioning the NGOs here, but let me mention IRC, IOM. They all engage in the provision of safe space, GBB outreach centers, sensitizations of women in several fields and other things. So you can see the efforts of the Katsina State government or the government in that direction. Another area by Sana Aliu, use of provision for the long-term efforts. Long-term efforts, yes, we have made that now we are dealing with the early interventions on security issues. But don't forget, in the process, I don't like to be telling you about the areas of the kinetic part, which I'm not in charge of the kinetic. And I don't like to talk about that issue. I'm not in charge of that one. It's the Ministry of Internal Security, Home Affairs that are taking charge of the kinetic. But I'm taking part of the non-kinetic aspect of it, whereby so many women are involved. The Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs, go and discuss with her. She's part of the team that we are. The Katsina State Development Company Board. Also, women are there. We are taking charge of all that. The Sustainable Development Goal CEO there, the Chief Executive, that is the ES there. She's part of the team that we are. Even including the Food Security Committee in the state. Most of the members there are women. So this for arrangement of the long-term interventions. And the little part I can tell you about the areas about sensitization and so on. Now you are saying how far, what arrangement has been put in place. This is the arrangement that has been put in place. Allowing global rights to come.
So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Chairman CDC, as the community leader, because I can remember vividly the presenter talked about sustainability. So I think the other guy from Dankama, that's what he's asking. After maybe Global Rights and other partners has left, how are you going to sustain this peace building, inclusion of women in peace building processes in the communities?
Sorry. Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum. Bayan sun tafi, amfanin dama yasa suka yi CDC kenan. Yadda in sun tafi ba zai zama da cewa ba kuma abin nan din community din ya rushe kenan. Saboda abin so ake ci gaba continuously. Ba kawai da sun zo sun tafi ba. Saboda dama community ne ainihin suka iske mu. Kawai upgrading suka yi. Tunda abubuwan da dama ana yin su ne a masarauta. To kawai sun zo ne da sabon salo na yadda za a sa a ƙarasa mata ciki na kuma a zauna lafiya. Kuma sensitization za a ci gaba da yi, ba bari za a yi ba. Abin sai a hankali a hankali. Su sadda su suka yi duka kun ga October muka fara. Kuma wannan phase ɗin ma yanzu yake ƙarewa. So zai ƙare by end of March. Sai kuma an fara second phase. To insha Allah ko da su ko babu za mu ci gaba da yi in Allah ya yarda.
To masha Allah. Abin da za mu yi na gaba shine da tea break, amma za mu dawo tambayoyi, akwai tambayoyi nan gaba sai a ƙara insha Allah. So amma kowa zai zanna, za a sabin kowa a inda yake. Yanzu za an ce taɓa kiɗi taɓa karatu. Za mu kira abin ga cultural troops ɗinmu na Katsina so that Mr. Edo Sabiora ya san cewa he's in Katsina State, so that he will enjoy the culture of Katsina. You have 10 minutes to go, Magareku. Oh, for the beating back. Thank you very much, Oroso. So you have just 1 minute to wind up. Indeed, Nigeria is a rich with beautiful and sweet culture. Mr. Idosa Dizzles, the Katsina traditional dance known as Oroso, they have gotten a lot of awards, both national and international. So if this is the first time you are witnessing it, I know when you come to Katsina next, you enjoy more. So next we are going to call on the next speaker, which is my brother. But the two speakers are going to be getting just 20 minutes due to the time. In person of CSP Gamba Isa, PPRO Nigerian Police Force Zone 14 Katsina, to come and talk about enhancing peace and security in Katsina State through community collaboration. And I know my brother will do justice to this question, this topic, sorry.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Enhancing peace and security in Katsina State through community collaboration. It is with profound gratitude to the Almighty Allah that I humbly stand before this august gathering to discuss about enhancing peace and security in Katsina State through community collaboration. Children are denied their right to education, as bandits in their numbers are raiding their schools and kidnapping them in mass for ransom from the government and their parents. Their schools have become shelter or hideout for these bandits. Women and children have a great role in the campaign against banditry, crime and criminality and other social vices in the state. They have the capability to stop this carnage and barbaric behaviors of their husbands, brothers, uncles, and children, and also of their own fellow women. They have the capability of stopping these atrocities and gross violation of their rights, and to say enough is enough. Community policing or participation. Permit me at this juncture to shed some light on the concept of community policing or participation for better understanding by all of us, especially those of us who are not very familiar with the idea of community policing. Let us not take you into details. Community policing has become the order of the day. In fact, policing globally has changed from police-centered security to people-centered security orientation. It is as a result of that police cannot do it alone. If you look at this crime space, the space is very wide. In fact, not only the police, all the security agencies, if you have, they are brought together, they cannot occupy the large space in this country. And that is why the idea of community policing or participation come to be. And it is born out of this that the police cannot do it alone without the participation of the members of the community. The police and other security agencies are created to solve the problem of the community. We are to serve and provide security for the community, for the society, for the state, for the country in general. But if we partner, it's about partnership. And that is why global rights are here. That is why all other organizations, the Madami is also here, is about partnership. The SA banditry, Alaji Saidu is also here, is about partnership with the government. All of us here, we have to come together and discuss the problem, the security situation. It is you, members of the community, that there is this an adage in Hausa, aka ce mai ɗaki shi ya san inda yake masa ruwa. If the community members will not come out and talk to the security agencies and tell them this is our problem, this is the security situation of our community, and partner with security agencies, with the traditional rulers, the religious leaders, the women organizations, the CSOs, the NGOs, all of them are all partners in this situation where we have to come together and partner with members of the community in order to identify problems, security challenges, and the way to go about. It's not only about banditry. In Katsina, we have problem of drug addiction. We have problem of this kauraye. We have problem of this sace-sace ƙanana yara suna haurawa gidajen mutane suna musu sata. And all this, in fact, the bone of contention now is another problem where you see young children now entering into the houses of people and stealing even tukunyar karfe. This issue of kayan nauyi, yes, it's another problem that we need to discuss. And these boys that are committing these crimes, they are not coming from anywhere. They are indigenous, they are our own children, yaranmu ne, a gida suke, kuma ku iyaye musamman iyaye mata, ku kuke da dama, ku kuke gani, ku ne a gida, ku kuke da role da za ku playing to see that these problems have been solved in our communities. The police have been have been partnering with the community. In fact, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Betukum, the AIG Zone 14, Mr. Idegu, and CP Aliyu Musa, the CP Katsina Police Command, they have been saying it time without number that the police cannot do it alone. In fact, not only the police, all the security agencies, we cannot do it alone without your partnership. And that is why our partners, the Global Rights, the Kuka Foundation, Isa Wali, the Rafa, all these organizations, in fact, they are doing our work. It is the responsibility, our responsibility, to organize this kind of town hall meeting, to call all the relevant stakeholders, the traditional rulers, the religious leaders, the market women, the traders, the farmers, all organizations, to bring them on board so that we discuss issues of how to solve our problems in the community. And that is what we've neglected, and we are facing a larger aspect of the insecurity, such as this banditry. Banditry did not start just in a day. We are more than 20 years now facing this, the scourge, the menace of this banditry. And it started as a result of just farmers' headers. As they are telling me, we have 2 or 3 minutes. Farmers' headers clashes, and it started in Zamfara State. Not only in Katsina, it started in Zamfara. When these clashes happen, we just give them, we don't look at them with seriousness. And as they are growing, we created Ensake. They have bandits. The Hausa now created Ensake. Ensake now, to counter the bandits, barayin daji. Ensake and barayin daji. Haka faɗan ya fara. And look at the problem now. So many conspiracy theories. Because these guys, for 20 years now, they are having arms, they are having ammunition. Where are they manufacturing the ammunition? It's not in Nigeria. Nobody manufactures AK-47 ammunition. So these people are getting help from outside. It has become a global issue. Terrorism financing. And the government is having a lot of work at its hand. It's even beyond the powers of the state government. It is the federal government and the global world. And that is why the issue of insecurity, it has become a larger issue. And Alhamdulillah, in Katsina, we are doing our best. If you look at Zamfara, if you look at what is happening in Kaduna, if you see the rate of bandit attack in Kaduna in particular, even with the amnesty that is in place, you will have to thank God in Katsina as if we have solved the problem of banditry. We have to thank the state government. The governor is trying his best. The creation of this Sea Watch is a tremendous development. They have come and we are working hand in hand, because I am asked to speak about the collaboration that we have with the community. And the Sea Watch is a creation of the community. And we are working together harmoniously with the other sister security agencies. Like what the SA banditry said, all the security agencies in Katsina, they speak with one voice. They are one. The synergy that is existing in this Katsina is more than 10 years. And it is something like of inheritance. If this commissioner of police comes around, or this commander of civil defense, or this brigade commander, he will meet this, like I can say, there is an already organized system where this security organization from time to time meet, talk about the security architecture, and that is why there is a tremendous progress as far as dealing with crime and criminality in Katsina is concerned. We have to thank the heads of security agencies, the governor in particular. They are performing wonderfully, and that's why we are having a lot of peace. Jibia, look at Jibia now. Anybody that is traveling to Jibia before is always afraid. Malan Saidu ko ba haka bane? From here, Katsina, to go to Jibia, you are afraid. But now the road is clear. Communities, if you look at the last farming season, many farms, gonakin da an fi shekara nawa ba a noma su ba an noma an samu abinci. Shi yasa kaga farashin abinci ma yana ta karewa saboda an tsaro ya samu to some extent. So the police are working in collaboration with members of the community, the religious leaders, the human rights organizations. In fact, even now, watch, the chairperson, she is here. We are working actively together, and the result is fantastic. I want to thank Global Rights for organizing this program. The Aja Adama, Allah ya saka da alheri, chairperson of the Rafa, Naga Hajiya Wasilama, duk Allah ya saka muku da alheri. For organizing this program, we are always ready to come to you. Our numbers are there. If you have anything that you want to report, please. Like I said, women, mata, ku ne iyayen gida. All these yara da suke zuwa, an kaga yaro yana sata, to wallahi da daurin gindin uwarsa. In tana so ya bari, ta san hanyoyin da za ta bi. In kaga miji yana sata da sa hannun matarsa. And that's why you see, if they are smuggling arms, they use their wives. If they want to transfer ransom money, we've been arresting them, we've been parading them. Kaga mace da hijabi dan kameme kana bincikawa za ka ga ammunition ko kudin fansa. So you are part of the challenges, and that is why we are identifying you. Thank you, ma.
You know, if I should leave this, my brother, he can talk from here till next morning. So thank you very much, PRO, CSP, Gamba Isa, PPRO, Police Force Zone 14, Katsina. So still, in akwai mai tambaya naga da zuma mata yi magana da ɗaya da kai mutum uku. Still, mun dawo wasu za su kara yanzu for now mutum uku saboda lokaci. Where is the other mic?
Jama'a assalamu alaikum. Sunana Aisha Ahmed daga Murna Foundation. Shawara da zan bada takaitacce ce. Akwai wannan wanda ya magana na ƙarshen nan da ke tambaya cewa wace gudunmuwa ce ake bada ko yaya za a samu long lasting aiki. Idan muka duba kanmu a cikin ɗaki nan, we are all stakeholders, key stakeholders, wanda alhakin ci gaba da aikin nan na bisa kowane mutum ko kowace macen da take cikin ɗakin nan. Maganar mu sakan ma gwamnati ma bata taso ba. Ayyuka ne wanda yake alhaki a kanmu, wanda da shi da ya magana da kowane mutumin da ke cikin wannan ɗakin za a koma gidajenku ku yi ƙoƙari. Idan masallaci ka shiga, idan coci za ka je, idan makwabtakanku ne, idan cikin gidanku ma ne, akan danginka da iyayenka da sauran 'yan uwa za ka ba da saƙonnin da aka faɗi a wurin nan, saboda ƙungiyoyi da yawa suna ƙoƙarin ganin cewa aikin nan ya haɓaka. Kamar yadda aka ce, idan ba haɗa hannu da ƙarfi ba, aikin nan ba zai je ko ina ba. Sai mun mayar da ayyukan nan sun zama kamar yadda muke cin abinci. Mu dinga sanar da mutane hanyoyin da za su bi, musamman kuma mu iyaye mata, kamar yadda dai kowane mu ya faɗi. A dole alhaki na bisa iyaye mata, saboda mu ne masu ba da tarbiyya ta farko ga 'ya'yan da muka haifa. An haifi 'ya'ya, an sake su, an saki amanar da Allah ya ɗora mana. Sannan kina son wani ya je ya ba 'ya'yanki tarbiyyar da zai sa su zama 'ya'ya na gari. A gaskiya akwai matsala. Batun ma mu yi ta tunanin akwai wani sustainability da ya wuce cewa mu ɗauki abin nan kamar yadda muka ɗauki cin abinci a cikunanmu. A gaskiya babu shi. Wannan shine takaitaccen gudunmuwa da zan bada. Assalamu alaikum.
The chairman and members, good afternoon, assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Rabi Adamud Alhat from Federal University, Dusan Mafuduma. My own is to ask of an inquiry. I don't know this sensitization that we are talking between the organizations and the women. So I think, I want to ask if there is any arrangement for any adult education in the villages, either for women or women and the children. Because if government and the global right can collaborate and make this initiative on adult education, I think it will be useful. Why? Because the level of education is to be imparted to those women will serve a lot for the women and the husbands as well as the children. It will be a sort of guidance. At least if there is no that initiative, please I'm appealing to revive the adult and non-formal education. It will serve in entrepreneurship. It will serve at the education itself in different categories, like Islamic. If they are fully have Islamic knowledge, definitely the bandits will reduce. And the entrepreneurship, the ladies, the women can have something doing and coach their children so that they will have at least sense of belonging. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Ibrahim Balagura from the Department of Girl Child Education and Child Development, representing the Honorable Special Advisor to the Governor on Girl Child Education and Child Development. So maybe I'm going to use our native language so that the message will pass to everyone. Ganin mahimmancin abin da zan magana a kai, shi ya sanya na zaɓi cewa to bari in yi da magana da Hausa. A ƙari ne bisa abin da mai girma SSA mai ba gwamnan Katsina shawara akan banditiri na maganar women inclusion a cikin gwamnati. So kasancewa mun san cewa ita gwamnati tumbin giwa ce. Kana cikinta amma akwai ɓangarori da yawa waɗanda idan ba sun biyo ta wajejen ka ba lallai ma ka san da su ba. So ina ƙari ne irin effort na mai girma gwamnan Katsina akan abin da ya shafi women inclusion. Mun san matsalolin da mata suke fuskanta a cikin al'umma, akwai abin da ya shafi cin zarafi na fyaɗe. To mai girma gwamnan Katsina cikin ikon Allah shekara ɗaya da ta wuce ya buɗe wurin da ake kira Sexual Assault Referral Center. Kuma wannan wurin yana ƙarƙashin mai ba gwamnan Katsina shawara akan ilimin 'ya'ya mata, Hajiya Jamila Abdumani. So wannan wuri yana ba da free medical support. Ma'ana idan aka samu issue na fyaɗe, idan aka kai mana a wannan santa, ni ne manaja na wannan santa. So gwamnati ta yi provision, ta yi providing magunguna kyauta, sannan kuma akwai likitoci, muna da about 3 doctors, muna da consultant gani, muna da medical officer, sannan kuma muna da wannan doctor ita ma again. So whenever you have such kind of cases kamar irin abin da ya shafi rape case, ana kai mana su kuma da ikon Allah ana bincike kuma ana yin abin da ya kamata, abin da ya shafi legal support da medical support, ma'ana abin da ya shafi shi shari'a. Akwai haɗin gwiwa ta alƙalai, Ministry of Justice ta nan Katsina, akwai haɗin gwiwa da traditional rulers, akwai sarkin Daura, sarkin Katsina, they are part of the steering committee. Sannan kuma akwai Ministry of Information, akwai religious leaders, akwai other wannan NGOs haka da suke participating a ciki, da Ministry of Health. Sannan kuma akwai Nigerian Police Force, saboda shi kan shi mai girma commissioner na 'yan sanda ya ba mu inspector na police which is dedicated to wannan center. Saboda koda akwai case da za a kawo direct ma, da yawa irin waɗannan cases din akan buƙaci a ce sai an zo da ɗan sanda. So muna da ɗan sanda a wannan wurin wanda commissioner of police ya bamu, ko da an samu irin wannan matsalolin, to insha Allah wannan ɗan sanda, kada mutane su damu, ka kai tsaye wannan santa. Wannan santa tana nan a cikin orphanage home da ke gidan marayu a nan Katsina kan titin Kofar Sauri. Kuma da wannan ne nake ƙara kira da mai girma honorable SSA akan cewa da Allah har yanzu dai mu ga gudunmuku ba ta waɗanda aka kai ishu na banditiri, mun san cewa akwai waɗanda ake maref. To ko da yaushe dai wannan center is available, kuma free treatment ne take badawa, ba ko sisin da ake biya. Komai da ake yi wannan is free, da magunguna da likitoci da komai, in ta kama ma za a kwantar, ana kwantarwa. Sannan kuma akwai dedicated line wanda muke da shi idan irin issue wannan ya samu. So insha Allah idan aka kira, a ko da yaushe shirye muke mu saurari kowanne. Sannan kuma har ila yau kuma mai girma gwamna again yana kokarin bude wata santa kamar abin da ya shafi Puntuwa zone da kuma Daura zone, kasancewar a Katsina kadai ake da wannan santa ita kadai. To muna ƙara jinjina da gwamnatin jihar Katsina bisa wannan kokari nata, kuma muna ƙara tabbatar mu mata cewa they are fully involved a cikin wannan gwamnati, musamman abin da ya shafi cin zarafin su. Ba wai cin zarafi na rape ba kadai, hatta abin da ya shafi an danne maki haƙƙinki ko wani gadonki ko wata shari'a ce, muna da lauyoyi waɗanda yake za mu attachin ɗinku da su insha Allah duk inda za a je akan abin da ya shafi matsalolinku. Insha Allah we are ready for that. Thank you so much.
Mai girma manaja, akwai korafi da nike da shi, ko kuma in ce ƙarin haske. Kaga kamar yanzu na sha inviting abin ga oganku, because there is something that you cannot give this message just within here, but using the media, more especially the local media, your message will be heard har inda baka tunani. Amma za ka ga you call, amma mutum kamar ya ga irin baya so ya zo. So please, this is my message. She's my friend. Tell her that Hannatu Mohammed ta ce she used to invite her ba ta zuwa. All this information is supposed to be at TV and radio stations. Thank you. Mai girma ya ce, Hajiya ita shawara ta bada, sai doctor da ta yi tambaya. So me za ka ce akan abin da doctor ya fita faɗa?
Who am I giving?
Well, in fact, let me respond. I'll respond to Dr. Rabi Abdullahi, who has talked about the formal education sector. Yes, it's a very good area whereby it's still in the process. I don't like to talk much about it because the government has not made an assent to the laws or regulation or constituting the structure of that area. But nonetheless, a lot has been done. There's somebody called the National Mass Education Agency in the Federal Secretariat here. I think it's Isiaka or Ismail, something like that, Alaji. He's the one heading, and we are collaborating with him. And together with the Agency for Mass Education here in Katsina State, we are producing something similar to what you are saying exactly. And it's a very good observation that the bandits, yes, there's too much lack of education or literacy in that sector. That's what causes a lot of. If you can understand, according to what we have discovered, that none of them is having the right or left. No Western education, no Islamic education. Zero. Even if they ask you, or they post some, I understand that they are starting posting some religious something, that they are doing wazifa, or they are doing something like that. Go and check them. The wazifa that they are doing is not the correct wazifa that is mentioned. Go and find out from what the real wazifa people, what they are seeing, compare it with what they are sending there. So there is lack of education in that sector. And with you, doctor, it's not all here. That's why you are here. But please, Malan Dikko Umar, the governor of Katsina State, is open. He has an open door policy whereby you can write as a civil society organization or as a CBO. Please write your own proposal, send it to him. I assure you that he will go through it and he will respond positively in that direction. Thank you very much for that. With that. And then about Ibrahim, what he has said, yes, correct. That's part of the effort of Katsina State, the formation of that SAC center, sexual assault center. In fact, why we are not leaving that sector, that we are not much patronizing it. Why? We are now enjoying the services of another sex centers created by IRC, International Rescue Committee, and some other health facilities that we have designed. The 8 health facilities that have the capacity to offer this type of services. We have designed Jibia General Hospital, Bazari General Hospital, Dusama General Hospital, Kankara General Hospital, Malumfashi and Funtua. And we have recently selected Musa to be part of those that offer this type of services. But the governor of Katsina State says something. He has given a strict warning about attending the rape cases and other sexually assaulted persons. Gender-based violence. He said there is no way of providing in any avenue of providing stigmatization to those that are going to enjoy the services. Let their case be secret. Let there be some element of that you are going to protect their interests and their needs. Please, that's why. And I can assure you that we have the total number of those that have attended, but we are not going to give anybody the names. Names, even in the health facilities, is the higher authority of that health facility or the highest gynecological doctor or the highest psychosocial person who is provided that is given that services. And we keep the secret.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Megirma S.A. Dr. Haji Adama said she wants to add something on the adult education.
Yeah, based on a retired director from that agency, I have an insight to say that there's an agency taking care of non-formal in the state, that's State Agency for Mass Education. Already SSA has said it, and we are collaborating with the national body, that's the MEC, who are solely responsible for monitoring of activities of the state agency. And they are opening classes in all the 34 LGS. They have classes where they used to open every year and giving education, literacy, Islamic, and the rest. So I think we may all need to inform the new director that was posted to the agency now so that they will continue doing their work so that people will know that these things are going on. So thank you for bringing this up. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, everyone, for this wonderful contribution. Next, I'm going to invite Dr. Adosa to come and introduce the next person that is going to give us the topic that is rethinking social inclusion.
Can I make a request?
Yes.
Since those 2 women have been raising their hands since, if I would just give them 1 minute each to speak what is in their mind. Since it's a town hall, so let's allow them to speak what is in their mind. Just promise you won't take more than 1 minute,
1
right?
minute,
1 minute, okay, thank you. This woman one, and then the last.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. I am Mariam Mukhtar Gafur, the treasurer of the Association of Women Journalists, Katsina State. Mine is contribution. Everything is left in the hands of women. Yanzu komai an ban ma mata, tarbiyya, ciyarwa, uwa za ta nemo abinci, ita za ta ba ma 'ya'ya tarbiyya, iyaye maza sun bar komai a hannun 'ya'ya. Ta yaya a hannun mata, ta yaya tarbiyya ba za ta lalace ba. Duk lokacin da aka ce ma yaro in ka aikata kaza idan babanka ya zo zan faɗi mashi, wallahi za ka ga ya natsu, ya shiga hankalin shi. Amma wani uban sai uwar ma kanta ta yi bacci zai dawo gida. Kuma duk lokacin da mu iyaye mata Allah yi mu da son 'ya'ya, muna ƙauna 'ya'yanmu sosai ta wani lokacin da ba mu so a tsawata musu. Duk lokacin da aka yi ma 'ya'yanmu faɗa za ka ga wani lokacin ranmu ya ɓaci bai so ba. Duk lokacin da ɗanki ya aikata ba daidai ba kika bar shi, wallahi next ke zai fara yi mawa. Da ya gama yi ma wanda zai yi mawa, ke zai zo mawa. Wannan na daga cikin contributory factors na insecurity da muke fama da su yanzu. Idan maza za su taso, su haɗa hannu da iyaye mata, kowa ya ɗauki responsibility ɗin shi. As namiji kasancewa this is your responsibility. Ba wai ka bar ma mace ba, mace ita kaɗai ba za ta iya ba. Muna da sauƙin zuciya, muna da taushin zuciya musamman akan 'ya'yanmu. Namiji Allah ne ya bashi taurin zuciyar da zai iya tsayawa ya jajirce ya ga cewa an aikata daidai, ba wai dan bai san ɗanɗan nan nashi ba. Idan har za a haɗa hannu ga baki ɗaya, a kuma ba da ilimi kamar yadda 'yar uwa ta faɗa, ina da tabbacin cewa in Allah ya yarda waɗannan are the major root causes na insecurity da muke fama da su a jihar Katsina da ma ƙasa baki ɗaya.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Comrade Basirat Hassan Mewada, Secretary Women Committee, Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC Katsina State Chapter, a member of the Women of Resilience Katsina State, formerly a Vice Principal, but recently posted as a Director in Katsina Zakat and Wakaf Board. Now, I want to use my former experience to call on the vast gathering here. This thing, we thank the organizers, that's the Global Rights and all the other collaborators that partners in making this a success. I realize that we have a lot of people here that have offices within the state and that can talk and raise issues to the state to take action. I want to talk on what our CSP Gambo Isa recently talked about, the Kayan Nawi. These Kayan Nawi issues, the state should seriously make a law to make sure that there is sanity in this Kayan Nawi. A tsaftace wannan sana'a, in ma sana'a ce ta zo da matsaloli. 'Yan ƙananan yara an maida su barayi. Abin da zai tada maku hankali, ina tsaye nan as a teacher for 24 years, vice principal for 12 years. 'Yan mata, yara 'yan mata su hau sama su kwance fanka. Su kwance fanka. Namiji sai ya nemo electrician ya kwance fanka, amma yarinya ta kwance fanka, ta ciccire farfelolin nan, ta goya a baya, ta ɗauki wannan kundin mai nauyin bala'i, ta san yadda za ta fita da shi makaranta ta je ta saida shi. 'Yan mata suna karya kujerun da suke zama a makaranta, su ɗauki waɗannan ƙarafunan su fita da su a kayan nauyi. That is why I have been raising my hand seriously, because I want the lawmakers, please, I realize that in Jigawa State, they have made a law against this Kayan Nawi. Sana'a ce kowace sana'a, but let there be sanity in Kayan Nawi. Okay. Let there be hygiene. Please sensitize that. Thank you. This is a message to the governor of Katsina State. I know he is able and he is doing it. We want him to come into this as he created the Sea Watch and other things. Please let him create an organ that will clear this Kayan Nawi. Let it be something that will not turn our children to other things else. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And lastly, give it to her. The SSA have heard you clearly, and I'm sure it will take your message to the governor.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Najaya Kasai from Al-Qalam University, Katsina, also founder Najaya Kasai Foundation. Well, I wanted to talk because I have a lot to say, but because my sister had not to say just 3 minutes, that's why I just ignored. My brother here advised me to stand up and talk. And also when the doctor from Duzamba talked, and also my brother CSP Gambo Isa talk, so I just decided to talk. Well, I believe with the right education, we can shape a better future for our children by teaching them at home and school. We as parents, we have a very big role to play concerning education. Is not just about learning how to read and write. We don't have to be to be literate to guide our children towards on shaping the character of our children. If we want to prevent child abuse, drug abuse, stealing, and so on, we must start by teaching our children at an early age. Why I said this, is because we have to teach them the dangers of child abuse, drug abuse, stealing, and so on at early age, because that's the age, like, let's say, when they're at the primary level, that's where we can shape their future by teaching them at home also and school. This is why I propose introducing a special subject at the primary school level that focuses on morals, ethics, and life skills. This subject will educate children on the one, importance of honesty and hard work, two, the dangers of drug abuse and how it destroys lives.
Okay, please let's wrap up. You have taken more than the time that I gave.
Okay, that's why I said I wanted to talk, because I have a lot here to discuss. And
so maybe when we take the last section,
okay, no problem.
We'll come to the other comments and section.
All right, thank you.
Please let's applaud. What's the name again? Let me hear the name again.
Najaya Kase.
Najaya Kase. Thank you so very much, madam. Thank you. Process. And that involves the men, the women, the young people, the persons with disabilities, the professionals, the artisans, the traditional rulers, of course, the state itself, and everybody is involved. So at this time, I want to welcome someone to come discuss for the next 20 minutes rethinking social inclusion and peace building process. That is enhancing opportunities for persons with disabilities and other groups. And so, ladies and gentlemen, join me welcome the women leader, Nigeria Association for the Blind, Rabiatu Aliu, as she takes the next session. Please welcome her, welcome her, welcome her. Please keep clapping until she gets here, keep clapping until she gets here. This is another special guest for today. Welcome her, welcome her. Subsidy has been removed from clapping, so just clap again.
A very good afternoon to you all. My name is Rabiata Halura, a woman leader in the Nigerian Association of the Blind Katsina State Shifter. I'm here to present based on the topic, rethinking on social inclusion in peace building process, enhancing opportunities for PWDs and other minority groups. Dr. I have her slides with you. Can I continue? Yes. So during the presentation, we have a brief discussion on social inclusion. That's understanding social inclusion, why social inclusion matters in peace building, what are some kind of challenges experienced by these minority groups, that's the PWDs and other minority groups, what are the strategies to enhance their participation in peace building. Peace building is an essential process for achieving a sustainable development and social stability in any given society. However, for a peace building to be effective, it must be inclusive of all groups, especially the marginalized group. Thus, the people with special needs, with disability, and the minority group. These groups often experience a kind of systematic barriers that hinder their participation in peace-building effort and decision-making process. So, understanding social inclusion. What is social inclusion? Why social inclusion matters in peace-building process? Social inclusion in peace building involves ensuring that all individuals, regardless of their physical abilities, gender, socioeconomic status, or ethnic background, are given equal opportunities to participate in conflict resolution and in governance. It is a critical aspect of creating a sustainable peace, as exclusion often fuels grievances that lead to total unrest. So in the presentation, I will keep on saying minority and PWDs. Is there any differences between PWDs and minority groups? Let me quickly differentiate between the two terms. PWDs, that are the people with disability, are categories of individuals that have a circumstances, being a physical condition or a sensory condition or cognitive mental condition. Whereas for minority groups are those kind of group or category of individuals that are based, as the word implies, the minority, that are less in number than in the population than the dominant group. We have our religion minority, the ethnic minority, the migrants. In some community, they consider women and girls as part of their minority. So why social inclusion matters in peace building process? What are the benefits of social inclusion in peace building process? Social inclusion encourages diverse perspective that leads to more effective conflict resolution. Diverse perspective, where individuals from different backgrounds, regardless of their religion, socioeconomic status, or physical abilities, come together with their different points of views, experiences, bring out a particular issue or problem that is bothering them in their community, sit together and discuss about that issue and bring a reasonable solution for the problem. Without social inclusion, we can't achieve that diverse perspective. So social inclusion is very important. Then social inclusion strengthens social cohesion by integrating the marginalized group into decision making. Social cohesion, that's the bonds or a glue that hold a community together. It's only through social cohesion that we can achieve trust, common sense of belonging, mutual understanding, transparency. So we can't achieve social cohesion without social inclusion. Social inclusion reduces discrimination and promotes equal access to resources and opportunities. Social inclusion enhances legitimacy and provides the total acceptance of peace process. So what are some kind of challenges that we, the marginalized group, are facing? Despite the national and international policies advocating for inclusion, the PWDs and the minority groups continue to face systematic challenges like the socio-economic marginalization, limited access to education, we have healthcare problem and the unemployment opportunities. Dependence on informal support system due to lack of government social welfare program. Then discrimination and stigma. People with disabilities and the minority group often experience a kind of discrimination that hinder their participation in decision-making forums. In some community, they consider, or culture, sorry, they consider discrimination as a result of, as a cause or result or a punishment. Maybe the parent that give birth to a person who is who is a person with disability. Maybe if they give birth to that person, the culture consider that as a cause, or maybe their parent offended Almighty. That's why they are rather to such kind of girls. So it will lead to exclusion. We have the political and the structural barriers. Lack of representation in leadership position and in government structures, inadequate implementation of policies to support the right of that PWDs and minority group. We have limited accessibility to government offices, public buildings, and in decision-making forums. We have the security concern and vulnerability. Let's take Katsina State as example. Katsina State often experience a kind of conflict related to banditry, farmer, and other clashes that affect the life of those groups. During this conflict, the majority group and the other PWDs find it more difficult to move freely. They lack the means to move, flee, or even seek freely, making them more vulnerable. Then these are some kind of challenges that we, the PWDs and other minority groups, are experiencing. So what are the strategies to enhance our participation in peace building process? What are the means or the way to follow on how to enhance our participation in peace building process? We have the policy reform and legal protection, strengthen and enforcing the existing policies or laws, such as the United Nations Convention on the Rights of People with Disability. We have another law, that's the Discrimination Against Persons with Disability Prohibition Act 2018. I think this is the work of the arm of the government, that's the executive. They are here with us. Sorry. Providing accessible platform for participation. Make sure that the peace dialogue, the decision-making forum, the physical environments are physically and technologically accessible for us. This place is not conducive for me because I have to climb some stairs before reaching here. So make sure in the next program, you provide a place that is conducive for all of us, not even me. So we have this kind of problem. Then to have effective communication, for those that have hearing impairments, make sure you provide a sign language interpreter for those that does not understand the English language or the dominant language. Make sure you provide a translator for visually impaired individual to provide a braille materials and other large screen items or audio translator. Capacity building and empowerment. Provide education and vocational training for PWDs and the minority growth. Promotes education, education program, leadership education program that empower the voices of marginalized group in decision power. We have community engagement and awareness. Conduct a sensitization campaign to change the negative stereotype of people against people with special needs and the minority group. Promote inclusive leadership, like a traditional leadership and religious leadership to promote social cohesion. Then the recommendation. Can I continue? Yes. To have a more sustainable peace building process, the following recommendation must be put into consideration. We have a policy reform. Strengthening the implementation of laws and policies, that disability laws and policies. You have to forward that. You have to make sure that disability laws and policies are forward, being able, that the arms of government empower the implementation of disabilities laws and policies. Allocate a sufficient budgetary resources for inclusive development program. Civil society and the community involvement supports NGOs and the community group that's advocating for PWDs and the minority rights. Encouraging the local peace building initiative that prioritize inclusivity. We have the international and the development partnership support. To have a collaboration with international organizations to fund and support peace building process, leverage the global best practice of disability participation in peace building process. In conclusion, a sustainable peace building process must be effective, must be inclusive of all groups, especially the marginalized group and minorities. To be effective, social inclusion ensures that all voices are heard and equitable solutions are found to solve the problem. That where all voices are here, the voices of marginalized group are here, just for us not to be part of the beneficiaries, to be the active contributions of the peace building process by implementing policy reforms, improving accessibility, and fostering community engagements. The path to a peaceable society requires collaboration efforts, and only by rethinking our social inclusion can we build a just and a harmonious future of all. Thank you for listening.
Dala Mukara Chabama Ralia. This is really wonderful. I was touched by all she has said. Ralia, we are indeed proud of you, more especially with the women folks. So now we are going to the comment section. So, Neja, are you going to, where is she? Are you going to continue with your presentation? Because okay. Comments? 3 people.
First 3.
One here, one there. Yeah, and the other one.
Okay.
No.
Okay, we're having more than 3.
Dr. Edosa, can we start with Dahiru? He's the chairman, People Living with Disability in Katsina.
Yes, I want to make an appeal.
Yeah.
The SSA would have left by now. I just pleaded with him to give us another few minutes so he can give a final word before he goes. So please keep your comment to 1 minute so we can take the 6 persons together before we take his final comment before he goes, all right? Please just keep it to 1 minute so we can take enough hands, okay? So who was it?
Dahiru. Amanda, please introduce yourself before you give us your comments.
So my name remain Comrade Dairi Gambara Fundadi, the Chairman Quality Life for Persons with Special Need Foundation. So because of the time, let me also reserve my English and speak in Hausa language to be brief and concise. Gaskiya kamar yadda wannan topic ya magana rethinking inclusion. So da kyau wanda suka yi topic din sun yi kokari da ba su ce thinking inclusion rethinking. Kuma daga nan za mu iya gani example da yawa kamar yadda wadda ta gabatar da paper ta faɗa. An yi maganan collaboration in peace building. To jami'in 'yan sanda nan ya ta kilgo kungiyoyin da suke collaboration bai faɗi persons with disability ba. Ɗaya kenan. Sannan ko mutanen da suke mafi yawan duk waɗanda suka yi magana na ga daga gaba suke zaune amma wannan da za ta yi magana persons with disability ita baya take sai da ta sauko steps. Haji biyu kenan. Taɓi ma da ake yi kyauta sai da Mr. Edosa requested for you to clap for her before you even clap for her.
Ni na ce ba shi bane.
To sai da kika ce ko ma dai waye ce an yi. So saboda haka abin da ya kamata daga ƙarshe sai mun canja tunani how to change the negative attitude perceptions toward person with disability. Mu fara tunanin cewa there is ability in disability. Ko daga presentation da ta yi na ji turancin da ta yi nan kila da yawa nan sai an daɗe ba mu yi irin shi ba ko ni ma ban iya irin shi ba. So saboda haka abin da dai nake so in emphasizing shine person with disability our fellow brothers. In kaga mutum bai gani ko bai ji ba wanda zai adashe ya kwaso ya je ya sawo makanta. Sai in Allah ya ce dole haka za a yi. Sannan kuma ba mai garanti zai yi in ba kai ba yau gobe dan uwanka wanda kake kauna haka take ba ta shawara inda za ta. So shi yasa ake buƙatar yin tanadi saboda ya zama cewa tanadi ne wanda ko aka yi don kowa da kowa ba don mu da yau muke cikin abin ba muke cewa a'a wanda ma za su zo jibi da gata su zama cewa akwai tanajin da aka yi. So na san daga ƙarshe akwai desk officer da aka yi on person with disability. Na ji lokacin da Inspector General ya yi lancin wannan. So amma har yau a jihar Katsina ba kamata ni ban taba jin ko wani program sun yi ba wanda za su tabbatar da cewa a Katsina ma akwai wannan desk officer. To kila tunda akwai jami'in 'yan sanda nan ko zai ƙara bayani kan wannan kafin mu tashi. So muna godiya, Allah ya saka da alheri.
Amin. Amma gaskiya Malam Dahiru kila baka ji sadda Dr. Edosa yake offering abin remarks din shi ya ba da emphasis akan people living with disability. Gaskiya ya emphasizing sosai ya ce dole da abin da za a tabbatar cewa you are included. So kuma shi yasa ga kunan da yawa ni na daɗe ba gaskiya ban zo tare da naga cewa an ba da irin wannan damar yadda kaga cewa you are well represented. An ce fita kai baka nan. So who is next?
Okay. Sannu mu duka. Ɗazun an yi magana akan tarbiyyar da 'ya'ya. Aka ce komai an ban mamata ko ba haka ba. I believe cewa family is the basics of every community. Bayan family sai addini. Don Allah collaboration ne girmar da 'ya'yan nan. Mace ɗaya ba za ta iya yi ba, miji kuma shi kaɗai ba zai yi ba. Ni ba na son inda za a ce bari babanka ya dawo. Kai min rashin kunya a gurin zan na kasar da kai. Mun bar zamani yanzu ya canja. Na yi wani post da safe a shafin Facebook ɗina na ce a koma drawing board. Da idan ka yi rashin kunya ba gidanku kaɗai za su dake ka ba. Neighbors ma sai sun daka ka. Malamai ma za a reporting naka. A yi maka report an tura ka gurin mai anguwa, baba ya daka, mama ta daga ga in ka je makaranta za ka sake samu dako. Za ka yi wani abun da za ka nema duka kuma? Amma yanzu har a makaranta wai idan ka daki yaro a matsayin ka malami wai sai ka ga iyaye sun tashi wai sun je suna faɗa. Faɗan me? So don Allah mu koma ga Allah, mu koma kuma mu dubi iyalinmu. Sannan kuma traditional leaders mu sake sayawa. This is the only contribution I have for now. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Balila Tubala, GBB Chairperson, Nasanta, GB Katsina State. So, beside all the projects being offered by Global Right, none of us talk about girls here, despite it is a very important project, because the peacekeeping start right from the girls training. Girls training is a couple training. As we all know that charity begins at homes. And the improper upbringing involve mother and fathers. So that training really helps. It really helps. We really learn important things on how we can live together in peace, right from our home, people around us, and the community in general. You know, knowledge is dynamic. We may think that I'm adult, I know what I'm supposed to do, but it is not that. Once you undergo that training, you will understand that you miss so many things that hadn't been you know it earlier, you will have not been where you are now. Ni gaskiya, I appreciate that girls project. I heard nobody talk about girls, that is why I decided to. And it is couple training. Wallahi, it is very interesting. So we need support from government to continue facilitating this training for couples. It will really help.
Assalamu alaikum. I think I'm going to say it in Hausa. Sunana Rabi'atu Bello Shaibu. I'm one of the volunteers of Global Rights. And secondly, magana ta anan gurin. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So magana ta anan gurin shine akan communities ɗinmu. Communities ɗinmu suna da problem, especially ga yara ƙanana, kuma yaran ma mata. Kuma bayan matan yaran ƙanana jawarawa, why is it wai idan mace ta yi aure wai sai a ce wai she is going to take the responsibility? How does that possible? How is that possible? Try to understand my point. Akwai yarinyar da ɗan lagoro, I think akwai mai garin mu a nan kusa. He knows what I'm saying. Ita ke ɗaukar komai, rashin lafiya ta yi da kanta, ta nemo ta ci, ta makanta komai. Wai kuma wai tana da ƴan uwa wanda suke baba ɗaya, amma ba za su ɗauka wannan responsibility ɗin ba saboda wai ba mamansu ɗaya ba. So I think mu iyaye mata, we have a lot to follow gaskiya akan irin wannan abubuwan. Muna samun a lot of issues akan irin wannan. Thank you very much.
I know she was raising her hand before. I gave you a number before, right? And I gave her. Oh, yeah, let's take this too.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Sunana Amina Abubakar. To abin da zan yi ƙarin bayani ko kuma neman taimako kan wannan zama da muka yi. An yi magana akan yara masu ɗauke-ɗauke kayan nauyi. Da kuma cikin unguwa ana samun dattawa waɗanda sun san abin nan. Kuma amma ba yadda za su yi su ɗau mataki saboda iyayen yara. Shin su hukuma wana tanaji za su yi ma manyan unguwa waɗanda na kare su in wani abu ya afku saboda su rika bayyana waɗannan abubuwa in sun gansu ko sun san su. Dan kana zaune kana neman ɗan abin da za ka ci, ka ruba maka kasiri sai ka ɗauko magana da za ta fi ƙarfinka abin da bai ta kara ya karya ba, kaga kai kana son ka gyara al'amari kai kuma ka samu ɓacincin rayuwa tare da jama'a da ke tare da ku.
Good afternoon, all. I am Barrister Flora Joshua. I'm the legal director of Warwican. My own contribution is like contribution and a question. It's about children out of school. For security to be in place, or for us to be secured, we have to do something about the children out of school. I don't know whether there's any policy that has been in place for children out of school. You see, most of the children are roaming about while their mates are in school. I don't know. They are out there looking for food to eat, looking for work to do. When their colleagues, their mates are in school. And this, if you want to be secured, you have to take care of these children. Because it looks as if nobody is caring for them, they have to take care of themselves. So anything that comes their way, they take it, whether wrong or right. And we as stakeholders, the government, have to do something. I know they are doing something, but they have to have a very strong policy. Not only policy, implementation of that policy. Because things you see, I always feel for these children because you see, as an adult, when I'm hungry, I know how I used to behave. Talk less of a child that doesn't even know where our morning food will come from, our afternoon food will come from, evening food will come from. So I always feel bad when I see my children is going to school and you see this one's roaming about, they will be begging for food, begging for work. See them, little children. Please, let's do something about it. If you want the nation to be at peace, secure these children. Make sure that they are in school. Even though I know there are many schools provided for them, but they are not in schools. You see, there are schools, big school. I came from Kwara State. My state, they provided school for them. But when you go to that school, they are not in school. And you still see them roaming about. Let there be a policy that these children, once it's school time, they shouldn't be seen roaming about. I don't know how they will do it, but something has to be done for these children so that they will feel that they too, they are human beings like us.
Wait. Wait, I'm coming. I'm coming, sir. Wait, I'm coming. When I counted, at that time, I counted 6. Now, I'm seeing another 10 raising again. I'm still seeing 10 fingers raised again. Okay, I've come, sir. Okay. Let's have an agreement. Eh? Because I want the SSA to hear everything before he leaves, and he really needs to go. Let's have an agreement. Eh? Once I do you like this, it means your 1 minute is up. You just hand over the microphone. Do we agree? Okay, with that agreement, we'll just take number now. And then no other one. Yes, 1, 2. I'm coming now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He can't walk. Okay, do we make it 30 seconds for everybody? You know your number, right? 30 seconds. Then before I come to those numbers I given, let me hear him. 30 seconds, quote. Not for him, for you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على نبي الكريم. Ni shawara ce zan bada gaba ɗaya tunda Allah ya sa an tattara kusan kowa da kowa a nan wurin. Akwai matsaloli musamman game da aure wanda na ake baro duk wannan tarbiyyar da ake magana. Mutum zai zo ya aure, za ga in su zo gaban musasanci ko wani abu babu ma wani maganar relationship na cewa wannan ma'aurata ne. Tamkar hilin daga ake na yaƙi. To ai shi mijin abin da yake faɗa daban, abin da macen take faɗa daban. To kira na musamman ga NGOs ɗin nan da suke kusa da mutane, na san Hajiya Adamu tana ƙoƙari, akwai rafa da sauran ƙungiyoyin mata irin su Hajiya Aisha Murna Foundation, ana ba da ilimin Islamiyya da wa'azi da sauran abubuwa. To kira na gaskiya a ƙara faɗaɗa, kuma na ga darakta Nuwa ma ya shigo yana nan ciki, shi ma na ga yana ƙoƙari bakin gwalgwado. To ya kamata a ƙara faɗaɗa sensitization. Mutane su san cewa shi aure abu ne na ina son ka, kina so na, aka yi family, kuma abu ne sai 'ya'yan nan sun tashi bisa wannan turbe ta wannan tarbe. Amma kun zo kamar filin yaƙi, ta wannan gaskiya ba ƙaramin matsala ba ce ba. Kuma dandanan sai ka ga ina da mata ɗaya, sai ka ga mutum ya sai da ƙaddara, sai ya ƙaro ta biyu, wannan kuma ba a ci da ita ba, a doki yaranta makaranta ba. To daga nan sai matsala ta faru. Yanzu ko jiya na yi za ga cases ga suna ana bugun matan ma, ko ba gane ba, kuma da an zo sai ta bada hakuri. To ya kamata gaskiya kira na musamman wa'annan organization da suke kokari a yi kokarin ƙara wayar da mutane sun cewar menene. Kuma akwai abu ɗaya wanda na sani a nan ƙasa Hausa wanda in ka hudi sai a faka kala-kala, musamman harka irin ta almajiranci. Yanzu na in ka tafi daga nan zuwa Kano bakin titi sai ka tattara almajiri 500 da wani abu. Wasu iyayen suna avoiding din responsibility din da Allah ya dora musu. Ka haɗa 5 ko 3 sai ka kwashe sai ka kai ma malami. Malamin nan baka kai mai komai ba, abinci ba wani abu. Shi can zai kare da yaran nan. Yaro ya kare bisa titi yana bara, ko wurin wanke-wanke ko wurin rashin koyon tarbiyya. To don Allah dan Annabi kira na ga musamman wa'annan kungiyoyi yadda suka haɗaka, a yi ƙoƙari ko da ana bi garuruwa ne da sauran wurare, ana koya ma mutane, ana wayan musu da kai ga hoyar da rayuwa take. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Where's number 1? Who was number 1? Know your number, please. Who was number 1?
Assalamu alaikum. I'm sorry, I don't know how to talk in public, but I just want to ask whether in this town, if there is any organization that maybe take care of women and girls or children. Because there's someone I know of, she's in this town, and she's separated with her husband, and she have girls' children. They are 5 in number. And the husband always threatened her to go, leave the house, go. Now presently she's staying under, just taking care of her kids. But he always threatened her to leave the kids and go. And this is a person that doesn't have parents. She doesn't have parents at all. and he's threatening her to leave the children and go. So I want to ask if there's an organization.
We are here. We are as many as you
Yes.
want.
If there's an organization that will maybe take care of her and her kids. I'm Habiba Ahiro.
Her name, Habiba.
Yes.
So all the organizations here
We are
that
here.
are working on women and children.
Journalists,
please
lawyers,
meet-
all of us, we are here.
Meet Habiba after now. Number 2.
Assalamu alaikum. Ni kira na ga iyaye mata, musamman bangaren ilimin yara. Mai gida zai yi ta yaba uwa a gida. Time din makaranta yayi sai ka ga yaro ya kawo wani excuse wanda bai kamata ba a kyale shi a gida ya ki zuwa makaranta. Kuma rayuwar yanzu ci gaba take sai da ilimi, idan babu ilimi za a bakka baya.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Sunana Jamila Musa daga Natsinta as community member. Ilimi mabuɗi ne na rayuwa, ilimi haske ne, shi ke haskaka mu gabanmu da bayanmu a duk inda za mu. Mun zo presenting ɗin, mun yi presenting ɗin girls. An yi abubuwa da yawa wanda mun ƙaru da shi, kuma ana amfani da shi. Kamar lokacin, kamar wani topic da aka yi na topic din
akwai happy family wani ke so amma da yamin da Hausa wani ne kike so ki ilimin describing
cika guri rika na da yanayin zamantakewa da mijina a cikin gida. Da kwai topic din da aka yi na hanyar tafiyar hangen nesa, vision kenan. Aha, shi ma wannan mun ji daɗin shi.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My name is Asma'u Yakubu Sadi from community. Ina so in yi magana akan muhimmancin ma ilimi na mata da gudunmuwa da suke badawa. Wai a matsayinmu na mata ko baka da shi ko kana maraya, bai kamata ka tsaya ka ce dole sai wani ya taimake ka ko gwamnati ko iyaye ko miji. Kai ma za ka iya tashi tsaye da ƙarfinka ka taimaki rayuwarka. To wata sa'in muna tsayawa mi tunanin ai ina da miji ina son ya taimake ni ko zan je in yi maula ko wani abu, wannan ba shi bane ba. A matsayina na marainiya ina da miji ina son in yi karatu. Na bi hanyoyi da dama da nake so in taimaki kaina ban samu ba, sai na koma na bi hanyar kasuwanci. Na yi aikin restaurant, na sai da kaji, na yi abubuwa a lot. Har ƙarshe Allah ya taimake ni na samu na shiga makarantar School of Health. To ina so in yi kira ga mata mu daina tsayawa mu ce za mu iya tashi tsaye da ƙarfinmu. A lokacin da na fara sai da na zama kamar mahaukaciya. In je can in kai kaji in roƙa a siya in je nan. So wannan zai taimake ka, ba dole sai wani ya shiga al'amarinka ya ce zai taimake.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Barat Suleiman. I came from a faith organization. I want to talk in respect of what that my sister has talked about, that out of school children. If I can advise our civil organizations to come into this issue, honestly, we'll reduce this number of out of school children. I can tell you my organization has successfully educated and out of school children. And most of them now has joined the secondary school. They are in secondary school now. So please,
our civil society organization should come into this issue. As the representative of the government, maybe the government can come in to assist the organization in doing this job. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nafisa Mohammed, Secretary from Women Peace Council, Katsina. So, abin da nake son ƙara bayani ba wani abu ne ba akan magana da barista din nan dai. Magana 'yan bandit din nan. Idan za a diba yadda abin ke tafiya, idan aka ce unguwa an samu 'yan bandit, irin 'yan gudun hijira sun shigo, so ya kamata a ce ideally dai ana yi masu unguwanni magadda gari haka sun san da zuwansu. Ba abin da ya kamata suna zuwa da 'ya'yansu mata a cikin unguwanni, wanda in suka zo da 'ya'yansu mata cikin unguwanni, rashin abin da iyayensu za su ba su ci sai ya sa kaga mutane daga cikin unguwan nan an fara neman su. So in za a samu irin wannan immediately aka ce irin mutane sun zo cikin garin nan, first thing da ya kamata 'ya'yan nan nasu a samu da abin da aka ba su aka rike su kafin wasu su ja ra'ayinsu kansu ga yin wani abu wanda bai kamata ba.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sasu Mekano Oparbai, staff officer, Katsina State Hizba Board, rapper member, kuma ni ne desk officer, agenda-based violence and Ministry of Human Affairs. The pain is too much for us to bear. Ban yi ne in yi magana ba amma ce zan yi magana. Hizba Board ta haɗa duk wani mai sanya uniform a cikin jihar Katsina. Shi board member ne namu. Masarautun Katsina da Daura duka akwai board members ne namu. Zai yi magana kan abu kamar uku kadai. Iyayenmu mata da Allah ku yi kokari ku mu adalci. Wallahi wajen inda za mu je muna kamar neman clearance haka. Za mu je a hotel, a ɗakin hotel. Billahi lazi za mu zo mu kamo mace hada goyenta. Kuma na rantse da Allah daga ɗakin mijinta take. In ta zo in muka kama abin babu daɗi ba sai mun yi nisa ba. Mai kokari mu rika kiyayen wannan. Patenin kuma corporate resolution kamar na aure haka. In muka zo Hizba Board shi ma akwai maganin. Bayan wannan kuma again dangane da kayan nauyi da aka hidi muna counterpart kamar da su oga nam don muna kiran shi oga ga Gamba Isa. Yanzu haka akwai takarda da muka rubuta mu commissioner of police dangane da wa'annan yaran masu kayan nauyi din nan. Idan suka je suna bambare igiya mashin ake sanya mawa. In aka daura mashin igiya din ga cikin shi za a sa kamar mutum uku in suka ja within a minute za su iya jan uncountable yadi duka na waya din nan. Baya ga wannan kuma again yanzu haka last week an kai mamu takarda wanda za mu yi curtailing din underage na mata masu yin bara. Su ma yanzu haka yana nan bangaren wurin mu. So akwai abubuwa da dama wanda muke bi. Idan kuma duka duk wannan abubuwan da sauran sun aka same mu a Hizba Board muna da al'amar nan da dama saboda duka wannan agencies sun masu yin uniform tare da su muke. Assalamu alaikum.
Ni ne, Abdullahi da Yakebi. Assalamu alaikum. The issue of, I won't talk on the issue of involving women into curtailing the effort of this insecurity in our society. One, those people that live in the bush, who are called bandits, we should remember that they are all our children, they are our sons, daughters, and what have you. What happened to them is, in any home where the woman, the mother lives, she lives so many hours more than the father. So when you find a spoiled child, mostly you find out his mother is spoiled because the mother lives most more hours with the children more than the fathers. Some parents they go out in the morning. Some fathers go out in the morning and they will not come back until in the night. But the mother is always living with the mother is always living with the children. So when you find protesting. When you have a spoiled child, look at the mother. Did she give him
Jama'a assalamu alaikum. Sunana Mutala Tsagem, Director NOAA, Katsina State. Ina jinjina ma ƙungiyoyi na mata da matasa masu zaman kansu, wato civil society organization. Ƙoƙarin da kuke yi da very little support da kuke samu. Don gaskiya ku, in bacin ku gaskiya mu hukumomin ba mu iya komi saboda aikin canza ra'ayin jama'a da kawar da miyagun ɗabi'u wallahi ba karamin aiki bane kar ku gajiya kar ku yi zazzari ku ce sai kun ga positive change a cikin lokaci aikin da yawa canza ra'ayin jama'a ba karamin aiki bane ba kuna kokari sosai Allah ya taimaka muku ina kira ga hukumomi su sani cewa maimakon a ta kashe kuɗi wajen wasu abubuwan walhali ga jama'a cikin duhun kai waɗannan ƙungiyoyin ya kamata a rika taimaka ma wallahi aikin su ba ƙarfi bane ba Allah saka da alkhairi.
I'm coming, man. I know something wanted to start just now. We are not taking more hands apart from what we talked before. He raised an issue that was going to cause a civil war just now. So, please, the next people that are raising their comments, please don't spend the 30 seconds addressing the issue he has raised. And just stick to what you had in mind before, all right? We will come to talk about that issue just now.
Hello, I'm Zubaida Ali Malumfashi. I'm the State President, National Council of Women's Society, Katsina. All what have been said here is in order, and we are grateful that whatever has been talked here is about the women. And this is our area of concern. And we really appreciate. But I want to take back the woman to go back in those days where we left some issues. I'm always saying that whenever I have an opportunity, that we are being raised with a very good manner by our parents. But I don't know what's happened. We lack to give it to our children. I don't know where the problem is, but I always say three things. One, we are too selfish. During our parents, they are not selfish. They always consider others before themselves. But we now, we always consider ourselves before anybody. And we have to face reality. We have to face the reality of life. About Al-Majri, no NGO on the earth can do that and work successfully. I'm always saying it. If we want to contribute on the issue of Al-Majri, we have to talk to the government. And the government is the only body that can take away that. But I know all the NGOs are doing their best. But in our area, Katsina, Kanu, we have those issues of Al-Majri. It's an issue that the government has to tackle it before any other person. Secondly, about marriage. Marriage is a body of itself. So we, the parents, especially the mothers, we have to bear so many things when it comes to marriage issue. That's what our parents did. We remember, we want our children to grow and be good people. So we should be patient wherever we are with our husband because of our children. So please, this is my advice. We are being cheated, we know that. But for the sake of the children to become good and be good in future, we have to bear so many circumstances. Thank you very much.
Your hand was not raised before.
Good afternoon. I stand on the existing protocols. I am Demrifkatu George Shekari. I am the PRO of Katsina chapter of NCWAs. And at the same time, I'm a chair lady of women, market women in Katsina State. That is a subsection of the general women, market women. I never wanted to talk, but when CSP Gambo was presenting his paper, he kept emphasizing market women, and the rest of. And I am touched. I said, let the voice of the women market be heard in this place. Why I'm saying so is that most of this training that we happen to be opportune to be here, we appreciate the organizers of this program today. And we are here, only few of us are here. I want to appreciate what we have learned in this place. The market is more than coming to buy salt and pepper like people used to know it. It is more a complex place now, whereby this banditry, whether we like it or not, the bandits have their daily needs. They come to the market, we see some of them, we suspect some of them, and you find out that in most cases, my people come, chair lady, what about this person that is carrying this bag? How do you think about it? But the chair lady is helpless because maybe she doesn't even have the approach, she doesn't have any equipment or anything. So most of these issues, we are pleading and calling. If we can be inclusive in most of these programs, I think it will be very good for us and it will educate us more on how to go about this banditry and play our own role as well. Thank you.
Thank you. You have just stated the reason we initiated these projects, because women are the first line when it comes to early warning.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sunana Suleiman Adamu Suleiman, community member kuma one of the girls champion da aka yi training ɗinsu. Nawa appealing ne ga shi SSA ga gwamna cewa kamar yadda 'yan uwana wasu daga ciki suka yi magana cewa wannan girls training ɗin yana da mahimmanci sosai. Muna buƙata cewa idan son samu ne don Allah da annabi a ga mai girma gwamna a samu wata hanya wadda za a inganta wannan abin. Ba daga shi global rights sun gama shi ba a ce shi kenan ya kare, ya kamata a ce a samu ta hanya wadda za a inganta wannan ilimi na kofus a cikin al'umma ko turu makaranta haka ko kuma wani tsari za a yi a cikin angwani. Ita da gwamnati ta san hanyar za ta samar da wannan ilimin domin yana da muhimmanci sosai gaskiya. Bayan da zamantakewa da za a inganta, akwai abubuwa da yawa waɗanda an amfana da su wajen wannan ilimin. Allah Ubangiji ya sa wannan koke ya kai ga mai girman gwamna. Allah ya sa a tashi lafiya kuma Allah ya saka ma Global Rai da alkhairi akan wannan taimako da suka yi na tsara wannan abu da suka yi. Allah ya mai da kowa gida lafiya.
Yes, we are the last person.
Yeah, responding. She asked questions. So, my name is SC Kabir Saminu, Divisional Officer of NSCDC GBA Division, and it happened to be a CDC member na tsinta. Hajiya ta yi magana akan mutane suna son su ba da information amma suna jin tsoro. To ina son in tabbatar miki da cewa we have a building confidence that anybody that share information, we don't need his name, we don't need his contact, we don't need it whatever, because we are no need to come back again for what we witnessing. This is what Hajiya to tell you to have a confidence that if you have any information, because early warning, early response, we have to build confidence on early warning, early response, because women that has to be involved in sharing the information. And feel free, there is SC Gambo Isa is here present with me, and the representative of DPO and SS, no any security operatives that to call you back again or to get your information. Just feel free, anytime you see early warning, early response, this is what you call, see something, say something. See something, say something. See something, say something. Thank you.
I think that's a good place to leave it there. See something, say something. Now go this way.
That is NTA slogan. So now we are going back to, anyway, before I go back to Megirma SSA, there is two things. Already the last speaker has already addressed that. Duk wani abin da mutum zai faɗa ma jami'an tsaro ko ɗan jarida, babu wanda zai faɗi sunanka. Akwai abin da muke ce ma confidentiality, babu wanda zai faɗa, ba ma a sanin kai ka faɗa kamar yadda ya bayani. Then concerning the chairperson, women, that is market women, I'm the person giving them central market security. So whenever you have such issues, you can go to our office, at the admin block. My men are there, and I know they will quickly go and see the person. If it has to be arrested, then arrested and hand over to the police. Just like what we did, we arrested somebody with substances, and we hand him over to the NDLA. So you don't have anything to fear. Just walk quietly and go and report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We are coming to the end of a very productive day. But before I go into giving the closing remark and calling Hajiya Rapa to give the vote of thanks, I want to appreciate everyone for taking time to stay to this time. And I think before now, where is Rabiatu, right? Before now, no, Rabiatu Bello. Before now, we were fighting. When I would say, Katsina, Katsina. I say, stop mentioning Katsina, Katsina. I say, not the Podium State, Katsina. I would say, see, don't mention Katsina again. She's one of our volunteers in the state. But I would say, this town hall, this state level town hall, we'll be having town hall at community level, but this kind of state level town hall that we'll be having across the states. Apart from Sokoto, I think Katsina is like the first one where I see that from the beginning to the end, nobody left the hall. And I think that is quite impressive. Now you have a plus, right? That is quite impressive. And to see that even the senior special assistant had been with us till this time. So at this time, I want all of us to please give a round of applause as I welcome him to give us his final word before he leaves. Please, let's welcome the senior special assistant to the governor on banditry and IDPs as he comes forward to give his final word. Please, sir. Please applaud him.
Let me say once again, good day, and wishing you the best, of course, and the Oga Dr. Dosa, that is the country programs officer for the global rights, the rapper, our traditional chiefs here present, my Ogas. In fact, it has been wonderful. We have gathered a lot of ideas. That's the essence. I'm very much proud that the aim of this town hall has been achieved. I don't know the assessment made by Dr. Dosa and other partners, the UK, Isawali, Kuka Foundation, those that I don't know their assessment procedures. But nonetheless, I can say from the side of the government that I'm very much happy. All these questions that have been raised, several questions, several contributions made by including the people living with disabilities. They have produced a lot of ideas, which of course I have gathered this part of the ideas that I can be able to gather here. And then maybe in terms of the area where I can contribute for the government to hear or for the government to pay attention, in fact, I'm going to do so, and it's going to be brought to the knowledge of His Excellency, the Governor, about the issue. Thank you very much. I think a lot of things have been said about the Almajirais, the Kayan Nawis, the out-of-school children, immorality among the children and their parents. Well, that's why we are here. It's part of the peace-building process. We are here to build the process, that is to begin the process of peace building. And I'm happy. Take, for example, the Kayan Nawi. A lot has been said, what can we do, the state is going to do about the Kayan Nawi? Immediately the Hizbah board raised, and they said they have started doing something. Is it not applause to Katsina State? Thank you very much, Mr. Hizbah. Not only the Hizbah, we the community leaders, we the CSOs that are present here, we have another contribution that we are going to take in terms of the Kayan Nawis. Look, let me give you one scenario. We are moving, because of the time factor, we are moving in the state there. One night, I was able to move because I was assigned to give some intervention in the Federal Medical Center, which of course gave me the permission to go out in the night. I saw some children using that middle of the roads, they were removing the wear on that distance. They are removing, I don't know, I didn't see them with any uniform or something to show that they are from the side of the government. But I discovered that they are the people of the children of the Kayannawi. Who is buying? Are they the one buying it? Are they the one using it? Look, the buyers are there. Get them responsible. And don't forget, the children of school children, the government has addressed that issue. Let me tell you, and use this media to tell you that all those children from the IDPs and the victims of the banditry, the governor has given us permission that, including the CSOs, that anybody who saw this kind of children, please tell their ward heads, that is the guardians, that there is a public school very close to them, let them enter into that school without any collateral. No transfer certificate, no birth certificate, no a letter of indigent from any local government, let them enter the public school there, and including non-uniform that is needed. All it is needed that the headmaster of that school should report to the ES, and the ES should take it to the SPEP headquarters so that uniform can be given to them. And for those that need an early intervention with regard to the out-of-school children, that they are ready to take them back to the school. Because I know some CSOs have the ability to do that, because they are doing it. I can notice, I know, I can tell you, I don't like to be mentioning names here or this, they have started doing it, but they call our attention. We have uniform inside my office now. We have bags for those type of children. We have uniform for those type of children. We have books for those type of children that they are back to school nearest to them, public school. So it's not an excuse, never an excuse. So, and in other areas, please, I'm sorry because of the time factor, I cannot be able to address all the issues. But nonetheless, I have to use this media and thank all those that are around. And the Katsina State is thanking all those that made this thing to be possible. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Yes. Thank you. I said earlier that subsidy has been removed from the clap, so please clap freely. Thank you. Your Excellencies, our royal fathers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we close this impactful town hall meeting, we are living with a renewed commitment to advancing women's inclusion in peace and security. Today's discussion has reinforced that sustainable peace is only possible when women have a seat at the table, bringing their perspectives, resilience, and leadership to the forefront. The insightful contributions from our esteemed senior special assistants to the governor on banditry and IDPs, our esteemed and revered royal fathers, and all stakeholders here today underscore the power of collaboration in driving meaningful change. Let us take this momentum forward, turning conversations into concrete actions. The responsibility to build a safer, more inclusive society is ours to uphold. And together, we can dismantle barriers, amplify women's voices, and forge lasting peace. I want to thank everyone on behalf of the Executive Director of Global Rights for your unwavering dedication. This is only the beginning of a stronger, more united front for peace and security. And I know as we have started the conversations here today, and with all the commitment that have been made, by the time we come back again to have this town hall, we will all be recording the success that we have recorded from the day that this town hall was held. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so very much on behalf of Global Rights, our partners, RAPA, the Sawale Empowerment Initiative, the Kuka Center, and of course, our host, the Community Dialogue Committee. And so let me welcome the State Coordinator of RAPA as she gives the vote of thanks, Hajia Adama Bakori. Please, let's welcome her for the vote of thanks.
Alhamdulillah, 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 ala kulli hal. We thank the Almighty Allah for seeing us through this event. I'm so happy and overwhelmed that people gathered as expected, and a lot of knowledge have been gathered. And I hope as we leave this room, we go with what we learn and see where we're going to make some changes. And this inclusion should please continue with us. You started from even your house, because most of the people sometimes they excluded the girl child and try to see that they send the boy child to school. So sometimes it started from there, they even not including the girl child. So I'm happy and welcome each and everyone. As you go home, may the Almighty Allah continue to bless and guide us all. Thank you. So Alhamdulillah, 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 ala kulli hal. Mun yi ma Allah godiya da ya kama ƙarshen wannan taron lafiya. Na ji daɗi ƙwarai da gaske, saboda ka tara mutane a zo a yi taro lafiya, a tashi lafiya ba ƙaramin abin jin daɗi ba ne. Saboda haka muna godiya, kuma dukkan abin da aka koya ka a bar shi nan. A koma gida a yi amfani da shi, mu ga inda za mu fara yin wannan aiki da muka zo domin shi. Allah ya saka ma kowa da alheri. Muna ƙara godiya ma Global Rights, gaskiya wannan ƙoƙari da suka yi mu ba ƙaramin ƙoƙari ba ne. Saboda haka muna ƙara godiya Global Rights. Thank you very much for bringing this project to Katsina. Gaskiya, it's really, yes, so thank you so much. Yeah. Then I want to thank my organization, RAPA, also for making me or bringing me, honored me to participate in this event. So thank you each and everyone. May all of you go well. Allah kai kowa gidan shi lafiya. Thank you.
Don't worry about it. Thank you so very much. Thank you, everybody. And so we will rise up to take the national anthem to close. Please, as we close, there was one of my colleagues that went about now giving some people papers, all right? If she gave you paper, as we close, you will just come with me, all right? We'll go have our lunch. I'm taking you to where you will have your lunch. The rest of you, as we close, please just sit down. They are coming to serve lunch here, all right? So you can take your pack, okay? So can we all rise up for the national anthem as we close?
Our sovereign motherland, our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace, all bow to honor, and this we count as gain. To hang unto our children a banner without stain. Oh God of creation, grant these our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria
I'm the rapporteur. Do you know the speakers? The police, the perfection, and Abiat.
They are back now.
So it's Abiat and wait. Wait. Yes, ma'am. Yes. So this one is where is Moya? Where is Moya? Lead them. Let Moya lead them to the restaurant. Another. Well, it's only three now. Where is Gambo? What's your other name again? Mohammed, right? Huh? Anatu, your other name? Anatu Mohammed. Mohammed. The O, right? M-O. M-O-H-A-M-M-E-D. Where's the rapporteur's name again? Safia. No, wait, that was Lawa. Safia. Safia. Double Y. Yes, Safia. So we write the other ones. Those are the ones. Let them give her. Let them give her. Let her take her feedback. That ticket is just 20 again. Was it just 20? You are not 20 artists. Just 20 tickets. Okay. Another. Okay.